What's up, Madden NFL 13 gamers? ZFarls here from MaddenTips.com. Of course, joined by my co-host SGibs. Every week, we are here to bring you the hottest Madden NFL 13 tips in the community. All right, Gibbs, let's talk about it. New guides coming out next week.
Yes.
Brand new e-guide, two of them. One for the starter, one for the tournament level player. Can you tell us a little bit about both?
Absolutely. So if you have been watching Twim for the past couple episodes, you've seen in the game of the week, I like your hat there, but in the game of the week, you've seen an offense that I've been using. This is something that I've been perfecting for the past about month and a half right now. Trying to keep it a little top secret, but I needed to test it out on Twim. The New York Giants offensive playbook, specialized offensive playbook, is our tournament guide. It is straight hot fire. Hot fire.
It's coming out next Tuesday, the 16th. If you pre-order it right now on MaddenTips.com, you get an extra 20% off. It's, I think it's under $10 already,
yes.
So it's a very inexpensive guide, but it's quite long. I think it's at least over an hour and a half for the tournament level guide. Tons of stuff packed in there. All the formations you've been seeing SGibs rock. Lot to like in there, and it's definitely a collaboration on both our parts, so it's something you're going to want to check out. And remember, if you get it before it comes out next Tuesday, you're going to save that. And it'll also free for anybody that already bought the tournament winners kit.
Winners kit, that's key. The winners kit, if you purchase a winner kit, you get the guides throughout that whole process, the whole year, so that's a pretty good deal. So
check that out on MaddenTips.com, but let's get into some gameplay right away. We got a lot of tips coming for you guys tonight, so let's take a look at our first mailbag question and not delay. From the great debate: what is more important, a receiver this season with speed or height?
That is a good question, and as you know, like last year, one of the ththings we always talk about was catching traffic and height.
Let's jump into some PS3 action.
That was so important, was having that height factor, you know,
because you got Marshall and Hester here. You got the two opposite ends of the spectrum. So what do you think?
So right now, I'm going to say, I actually kind of prefer a little bit more speed right now. I like the big, tall, elite guys still for user catching, but it's not as important as it was. It just really isn't. You can still user catch with guys that are about 6 feet. Here's the thing I would say. Last year, I was looking for height and catching traffic. I needed a guy that was like 6'4" or taller. Now a height guy to me is like considered maybe like 6'1", 6'2". You don't need that guy that has that crazy height anymore to do the effective things that you did last year for user catching.
I'm going to agree with you there and say, you know, obviously height is better than no height, but I think the spectacular catch animations that you can get in this year's game make your shorter receivers play taller. So if you do have a guy who's maybe not quite as tall and hasn't been as consistent over the years, some of these catches that you can get here can really make sure that you get that nice animation.
Right.
But next up, the speed. So I feel like you liked height because of catching traffic. You kind of thought they went hand in hand, and usually they do. Obviously, those players have certain skills. For me, speed and elusiveness, I consider those things together. I consider Cruz, Jackson, those punt returner, flashy style guys to have that extra elusive rating to break tackles after they make catches.
Can you tell me a little bit about your theory on the shorter guys?
So,
what's your theory? Because I'm telling you right now, I think he's a little crazy, but I kind of agree with him at the same time. But go ahead.
Right now, I have a theory that the shorter a guy is, the shorter a player is, he will be harder to tackle for the defense. So Brandon Banks and Trindon Holiday are two of the shortest returners in Madden NFL 13 right now, and I've broken more kick returns with them. But I did a little work, and I put Ramses Barden, who's tall, we all know this, jacked up his attributes to Brandon Banks' level, and I tried to bring kicks back to the house with him, and I was pretty much unsuccessful. The cuts weren't the same.
They just aren't. They really weren't.
They really weren't.
Yeah, it's weird.
So
it is
I don't know if the defense can't see him to pursue and get good angles on him because they're short.
It's like
I don't know if that makes any sense.
They're slipperier.
They totally are. They can do more things on the sidelines. There's that sharp cut to get outside. So if you guys think that the shorter guys are better, I don't know if any of you guys have teams in the chat here. We're talking any of those guys. But for me, this year, it's all about getting receivers just wide open and not even having to throw in traffic. Gibbs has some routes that he prefers now to throw into traffic. I just saw him put up over 400 yards with a guy like Jordy Nelson making plays earlier.
I had a good game.
So he's got some routes that do utilize that, but I don't think you need to put the ball in harm's way to use that catch in traffic. So I prefer get speedy guys in that slot and inside They get those elusive break tackle animations, and they can go the distance with the swoop with the hips on the outside that I talk about all the time. So that's why I prefer speed so far in this year's game.
And something else about speed is I've never played a game of Madden where I feared a tall guy. Like, so a guy that had height. I mean, I feared user catches, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going to try and stop that. But user catches always tend to be like 10, 15 yards. Mm-hmm. You don't fear the big play, right? But when you play a guy like Deshaun Jackson or or Mike Wallace, you get that kind of like pit in the back of your stomach. You don't know if you want to run some of your cover 0 blitzes or your cover 1 blitzes, then jump up with a safety.
Yeah, at all times.
Right, because you know he's there. So I think a speed guy definitely does something for your offense that a height guy doesn't, especially for the psyche of your opponent. They are going to pay a little bit more attention. Or you should at least focus a lot of your offense around that guy. And,
I would say
funnel your offense through him.
At least once a quarter, or at least minimum once, take a shot deep. Because if you see them move around with that safety, just bomb them deep and just huck it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You're probably not going to get intercepted. It'll probably just be an incomplete pass. So taking that bomb downfield to certain players can really be, you can capitalize on it this year. I think you got to take those chances, and if not, those guys can still break some tackles for you this season. All right, we are live on livestream.com/EA Sports, and we are live on the MaddenTips.com website. We're talking in the chat. We got a lot of guys in here, some great guys coming in, talking Madden. Shout out to Ryan Dykes. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday. And also Leon Washington, he mentioned, is a shorter player that he enjoys to use. So I think that there's something to it. I want you guys to just try it. I messed around with I got my beaker out. I messed with Barden's stats. I jacked him way up, agility, acceleration, and he wasn't as good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is or why, if it's real.
It's a weird theory, but it's there, and we have literally, we don't know. We have no idea. We notice it, and we're feeling it, but we're not sure. So another shout out, Lotto's son's birthday today, so shout out to you there, little baby Lotto.
Good stuff. And Willie Beans too.
Willie Beans.
All right, guys. More questions though. Let's get in. We got full scheme coming later. A nice offensive play with 5 unbumpable routes, and you don't even have to motion anybody. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. Coming up in just a little bit when we get to that question. So let's take a look at our next one. From Mr. Light. Besides cover 2 sink, what play works best against curl and comeback routes? Is there a play that will put the player in a positive position to jump a route?
Besides cover 2 sink, I like cover 2 sink for that. That's the specific
so we'll jump in here on the PS3.
We had a play right there with the comebacks, but
True. I was going to say go curl flat / comebacks, but we'll get that up.
Okay.
I want you to pick a nice defensive play. Now, the key to cover 2 sink is obviously the hook zones. They drop deeper on the outside because they're not forced to stay up and play the flat like a traditional, style of cover 2.
Right.
Just digging through the plays here. A little bear action today. Bears have been looking pretty good.
Bears have looked good. I don't know if they're the real deal.
All right, so here we are. And what he's saying is, I want to get these guys underneath these circle routes and hopefully
comebacks, right?
Yeah, the route circle on the outside here.
Yeah, I just won't rush anybody.
Throw it real quick. And they'll sit right underneath that route, and when he comes back, because otherwise this route's very, very tough to defend. If they have a deep blue playing cover 3 on the outside, because he will stay on top and deep. There it is.
That's what you love about the cover 2 sink.
That's why cover 2 sink is huge. Now he wants to know, are there any other routes and coverages I can utilize to get those guys there without having to call cover 2 sink? Because when you do call cover 2 sink, you can get beat downfield a little bit.
I think you can definitely do something as simple as call 2-man under and then do something like this. I would say this: drop both the ends into flat zones, and let's see how that works. I don't know. I've never tried this, but let's try it. I think they should get over there to that area. So here's what happened. Take away those drags.
Yep.
Put them on something else, or the 2 routes that are going to the flat. So let me see your play now.
Put them across the middle.
Just streak them for me.
Okay.
Because I think even those slants might pull those down, but this is something that would work if there were no drags. Go ahead. If there are drags, what's going to end up happening is it's going to pull them down, but you'll see, ooh, no, they even jumped up a little bit. Maybe purples. Purples might do it, but purples a lot of times get sucked down in the flat as well. So
we're labbing right here live, checking it out, seeing.
You just got to try different things. Got to try different things. Let's see now if those purple routes will get out to the area we want them to go to. So the purple, it sort of got out there.
It definitely got more depth, but it stayed in a little bit tighter to the field. So the flat gets wider, but it doesn't maybe get as deep, and it also comes back a little. But, of course, the purple doesn't go quite as wide, but it gets deeper.
Let me try this. Let me try something like this. So I played 2 men under, and I dropped both safeties near those comeback routes.
I think this is going to work.
And again, you were using the hooks, but
definitely.
I mean, that's something. That's clearly the hook's going to work.
One tip that you got to remember at all times is that the hook zones will stay wherever you put them. So if you go and place a hook zone, this is something that I do with bench. When I'm facing bench, they have
the corner routes that crush man.
Beating routes. You have the corner routes we showed last show that just smash man to man. Your safeties are in deep blues and they play over the top of those routes. So what I do is I come in, I take a hook zone to one side where I can't use it because you can't use both sides. I put the yellow zone right there and say, all right, you want to throw it over there, you want to go for it. Yes, you open yourself up to a deep route, but if you're getting smashed all game by that, then what's the point in trying it out?
Right.
Back in here on PS3, we're trying one more thing here to defend these comeback routes and curls. They do a good job staying in front of the defender. How can you get the defender in there without giving up too much?
Something you could do is, I know you want to force people to throw, especially to the far sideline. So maybe if you did something like this, so at the snap of the ball, I like to do this a lot this year. I like to move my guy around like this, show them that I'm that guy, and then wait for me to continue there. I want to show you something. So move around a guy. So you're McCray. You're showing them, okay, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And then what you do, I like to do is click off and then try and be stealth down here.
Yep.
And then at the snap of the ball, you think
he's McCray, he's McCray,
right.
He's McCray.
At the snap of the ball, go. Now I'm going to drop to that route, user that, and then I'm just going to sit on it and try and take it away.
Because in theory, that flat zone, I know I have a concept where it will not drop and play that, but if he clicks on, he can do whatever he wants with his player. That's pretty smart right there.
And so obviously, naturally, you have one side of the field you're taking away. And the other side's going to be completely open. I mean, I get it, but remember what we're trying to do here. We're trying to take it away. So maybe everyone has tendencies, and we all love certain aspects and certain parts of the field. And maybe your opponent likes the right side of the field more so than the left side. So that's something you need to key on. I know for me, my offense, I run all my outs usually on the right side, and that's a tendency. You got to know I run outs on that side.
I tend to go to the open side of the field and away from where I motion. Yes, I'll mix it up, but yeah, where I motion, and then if the halfback's in a certain spot, you can kind of tell what I want to do because I don't want to ever run the halfback into that area where I'm motioning the guy. So, it's all about balance and playing it, but yeah, I like user in that weak side of the field. So that's how I'd get underneath and play it. All right, let's take a look at the next mailbag question here as we keep moving things on.
Moving on.
Young 7th Ward, what playbooks would be suitable for a run-heavy scheme? Now, the question here is, what exactly do you mean by run-heavy scheme? Do you mean a specific type of getting an extra offensive tackle in the game with a tight end or two,
right,
a fullback and a running back, and pounding the ball forward like the San Francisco 49ers, run-heavy, big package? Or do you mean just all different types of multiple run formations? Such as the Panthers are run heavy, but it's not necessarily like a heavy formation where they're bringing in defensive tackles to get forward in short yardage.
Right.
So there's a lot of different ways you can mean by run the ball, but let's take a look. Obviously Carolina, definitely a run heavy team. Definitely San Francisco, definitely the run heavy playbook.
Right.
We'll dig in on Xbox here and find you some formations. I mean, you want to go through and look at what formations are from the iForm.
Other controller. Xbox. you said Xbox.
All right, we'll go Xbox. I don't know. I have the Chiefs playbook up here. So if you look at the single back, what type of formations do you like? Are you a fan of single back with no fullback, no lead blocker? That's because you're smart.
Tough.
Or do you favor an I-form with a lead blocker? And, do you want to clear out one side? Do you want to have it balanced? Do you like strong? Do you like weak? Because this formation has it all. It's really dependent on what you're used to. Here's full house. I mean, this is another way to completely run the ball and use multiple directions, multiple players in your attack. By run heavy, do you mean 3 running backs? 1 running back? There's a lot of things to clarify there. So just want to make sure, you know what's going on when you mean run heavy. So I would say full house. Obviously, you can run out of gun with the Redskins playbook and with the Panthers playbook.
Right.
What do you think? What? Obviously, you love the ace stretch this year.
I think that every single offensive scheme this year should have an ace stretch as the main staple of the run game. Ace stretch, and then you have runnable down as the halfback dive. That's just the starting point, right? When you have a playbook, say like the Chiefs here, right?
Yeah.
Now you can look at other formations. So maybe you have the ace pair chief, which you can run out of. We know that. You have the jumbo pair, which we know you can run out of. So.
Yep.
When I think of run heavy, I'm thinking of you still have the effective runs that we all recommend, but then you're going to complement it with some real power run formation. So like if you went back into the strong pair twin tight end, that's a power run game. I mean, that's going to let them know, hey, we're running the ball, we're lining it up, and we're going to pound the rock at you. I mean, you have a lot of different runs you can run here. The zone weak, I like the dive, love the counter, the power row. You have a lot of different runs that you can work here. And to me, I think that run-heavy scheme is, again, you have that ace stretch, and then you complement it with, again, another power running set that you would work off of. And a lot of what you're going to do is going to focus on audibling to these other power run sets, whereas, a lot of the audibles that we have based around passing formations, that's a pass-heavy offense, where run-heavy, I think, means more of your audibles are dedicated to running the ball.
Okay, so yeah, you're thinking specifically with the scheme. I like that. So it really depends on what you want. If you want to email us, ZFarls@MaddenTips.com, let me know what exactly you're meaning by run heavy. But the Niners, I would say, have the biggest personnel-wise formation to get everybody in the backfield. If you go to MaddenTips.com, Zan, his corner on there is a nice article where he broke down some of his favorite runs from that formation.
Right.
So that's the type of thing you can use.
The Niner heavy, right, or the I form heavy.
Yeah.
That is a good formation. A lot of guys in the backfield. I mean, something as simple as goal line. You could get a lot of beef on the field using goal line. You have a lead blocker. It's a I form tight.
If
These
you
are all
can't stop the run, there's
so
nothing your
frustrating.
opponent can do. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to even fool them or run certain misdirection plays. If they just can't stop it, they're not getting their shifts right or their balances, and you're switching up these ace, these Chiefs ones where now you got 3 guys to the right, now you got 2 guys to the left. It's super hard to make that on the fly, make that adjustment.
Think about a focal point of Chiefs offense, the guy that you played last night. And, what's he do? Run the ball. A lot of different formations.
Multiple formations.
That, to me, is a run-heavy offense. And then what he does is he complements his offense by utilizing the speed that he has with Jamal Charles, Dexter McCluster, and he gets them in unique situations. I love the way Chief plays because that's a great way to equalize the game. I mean, Chief is a great player, but he's smart with the way he plays. He's not going to let Matt Castle dictate how he's going to play the game. Matt Castle might really ruin a game for you.
And this would be different if he didn't use the Chiefs, but he knows his personnel and what he has to do to win.
So well.
If he had Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he'd be running the ball every play.
Definitely not. But
he would run a different style of offense, and he'd be good with that. But this is what he's developed into.
But that's what
I'm
talking about with the scheme that he made is he found a team he likes. He's a Chiefs fan. And he uses that personnel better than anyone I know that plays Madden. He uses the team's personnel better than anyone I know. I mean, it doesn't matter what team it is. That's what you want to focus on. I think that's a run-heavy scheme. A lot of your audibles more focused and dedicated to running the ball.
One quote I heard today that was awesome. I was listening to podcasts and they said, the screen pass is like Novocaine. You got to wait for it to take effect. You got to work it in. You can't just come out and start calling screen passes. You got to run the ball a little bit before you start to see. Same thing with play action. Same thing with running the ball. It's going to work better in the fourth quarter. They talked about Trent Richardson. They said, he might have 8 carries for 20 yards, but then all of a sudden he's going to finish that game with 15 carries for 100 yards because he's going to have 1 or 2 long runs, a couple bursts. He's going to start to pick up, and the longer you run in that game, the more success you're going to have.
Absolutely. I like that. I like Novocaine. Gotta wait for it to take effect.
It might be Don Coryell from the Chargers. They weren't sure, but good stuff right there. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Next question from T-Man. What is the best defense against the zone read play? So, do we have any zone read style?
I mean, a stretch is almost a zone read, a zone run. Is that what he means? Like a zone run?
I think he means like RG3 Redskins or Cam Newton.
Gotcha.
Do you want to come back into that? What playbooks do we have going on here?
I like. Let's take a look. I'm not sure if zone.
So obviously with the zone read and the read option, the key is to hold the end on the side of the screen. So you want to hold the defensive end so that he has to determine whether or not he wants to go after the running back or wait and contain and then play the quarterback as it as he either gives the ball or goes back out the other way. You've seen this a lot with RG3 and the Redskins. They've mixed it in with a nice zone running scheme. That's been pretty nice.
Yeah, what I like to do when I'm facing, because a lot of guys right now are definitely using QB power plays, QB wraps, read options, all those runs. And this is honestly what I found has worked really well for me this year as we just take down Ridley. He was a beast, by the way. Patriots look good. This is what I like to do a lot, right? Yet, what's really important defending that this year is I like to be neutral in the middle, right in the middle of the field, and I like to typically shy a little bit more towards the side I know the quarterback's going to run, and here's why. I want to take away the quarterback run because I know that's the purpose of the run. I don't really think anyone's that patient enough to just keep giving it to the halfback, and I also would rather them give it to the halfback, and it's because my defense is going to defend the halfback better. Right, so say if there was a read option where there's a halfback split to the left of Brady here, and then he would hand it off to the right. I'm going to kind of stay right about here with DeMarcus Ware. I'm going to maybe shift my linebackers. I'm going to shift, just pretend. This is pretend world.
Yeah.
So I want to shift my linebackers and have my other middle linebacker kind of play right in the middle of the field. With Ware, I'm going to say the run's coming left. I want at the snap of the ball just kind of like shade over to this area, like right about in this area, and just wait for the quarterback. And it's my responsibility. I'm taking on that responsibility to take down the quarterback.
Do you like a QB spy in that situation?
I would maybe like one like if you dropped one off the right edge here, because you know that guy right there with that read option, he's going to stand up anyways.
Yeah.
So maybe you would quarterback spy the middle linebacker in this situation and have the quarterback spy him. But I really like to take away the quarterback's running side. And what I mean by that is you're going to go into, when you check out a read option, when you're trying to defend this, you're going to see that you're going to hand the ball off to the running back, and the running back's going to go to the right side. That means that the run's designed for the quarterback to go left, and it could be vice versa. The quarterback could go right and whatever. But your job is to take away the quarterback. The computer is going to take away the running back, in theory, right? Because the DN's going to stand up.
Here. Yeah, the DN's going to stand up. So I have a theory as well for this style of defense. Basically, any play that's a read option is going to have the defensive end stand up either automatically or not. If you go with something like the Wildcat,
try to counter because it's kind of the run could go right and then.
So the D end on the weak side is always going to stand up and play that contain that we talked about. See how he just stood up? All right, so we'll go into replay real quick here. This player stands up. The blocking's a little different on this, but this is how I defend the counter from Strong Pro, and it's how I'm going to defend this run right here. So that player is always going to stand up. So say you have the read option, right? You have RG3, and they're running a nice little read option here.
Yep. You want me to go?
This player, nope. This player's going to stand up, right?
Yep.
No matter what, I can blitz him. I can put him on a spy.
He might crash down, right? Also.
He's either going to stand up or crash down. So what I want to do to take that away is if I give that quarterback the outside, I'm toast.
Right.
Because RG3 is going to burn. He's burning my DNs. He's burning my linebackers.
Roastage.
So no matter what, I can't prevent this guy from doing what he's going to do. He's going to play his thing. So what I want to do is make sure that I put a guy right next to the guy who's going to stand up.
Yep.
And blitz him straight down.
Okay.
Or QB spy.
Ooh, I like that.
It's your choice.
I like that.
Because if you think about defense, right? No matter what, the quarterback is gonna. The quarterback doesn't have blocking set up. There's nothing for the quarterback to pick up yards if there's unblocked guy. The quarterback doesn't say, well, I have a guy pulling and I'm gonna gain yards. The quarterback's saying, if there's a guy standing up there, I'm getting rid of this football.
Yes.
The read option only works because rather than have to hold the safety, you're holding a defensive end. Usually when you run the ball, right, you only want to run if there's 7 guys in the box. You don't want to run when there's 8 guys in the box because one of the safeties has come down. If you were doing it with the read option, rather than have to look at both the safeties, that fake is going to hold the defensive end rather than having to look at the 2 safeties. You're going to only have to have 1 safety and then the end because the end is you're making him hesitate. So this player is automatically going to stand up, Hatcher. I'm going to take Ware and put him on a QB spy or blitz him straight down. Straight down if I think he might run it. QB spy if I kind of want to wait and see what he's going to do. You're forcing him, like Gibbs said, to hand off that football.
Right.
And that means that you can commit more of your resources to the side where the run's going to go. Because if you think about it, they're not going to have any players left to block on that weak side, and a quarterback would be silly to hang on to that football.
Right.
So you're kind of creating your own. You're pretty much creating your own guy who's going to stay on that backside home.
Stay home.
Because anytime the offense sees that backside guy stay home, they hand off the football.
Right.
So while, yes, it's supposed to be that defensive end who's automatically going to do it.
And there's Ware making the play.
You're just saying, you know what, I'm staying home because I'm automatically putting a guy to go there. I'm telling him to crash down. And then they're going to have to hand off the football if they want to get yards, and then you adjust accordingly to take away the rest of the read option. So that's what I would do. I hope that made sense for you guys. Definitely something I can break down in the future.
I like that a lot, though.
You know what I mean? Because the game's saying, well, this guy has to stand up now automatically. Right. But what you really want to do is say, I'm coming every time, or I'm going to stand up every time by using spy or by using blitz straight down. Force him to go that way, and then get rid of it.
It goes back to whatever we say. I mean, this goes back to even passing plays. Take away the number one option. So whatever his number one option is on these read options or these QB power plays, they're gonna have a tendency. They're gonna. Yeah. The idea of running the read option, especially in Madden, is to not hand the ball off to the halfback. They're running read options because they want to run with the quarterback. Know that. Use that against them. Use that to your advantage.
Because I'll be honest, for the read option in Madden NFL 13, I do not think it's going to be effective. The QB wrap is good because it does hold some defenders.
The wrap and the power are really good, right?
But in the power is good because you're not giving a fake and you're just going. You just have an extra guy in the run game. You have an extra blocker because that halfback, you're not handing the ball. When you run the ball, you only have 10 guys in play because the quarterback's not blocking.
Right.
Pretty often, like when you run the stretch. So those are some of the keys that you really want to look for. When you're facing these type of defenses, or when you're facing these type of offenses. But the fake takes so long in the backfield that you want to get penetration. The read option takes too long. For good players, I haven't seen it run to perfection. It's tough to run because you got to get it right every single time to get yards, because the one time you don't get it right, they're coming in for 5 yards, for a 5-yard loss off the weak side. So, and you're going to be upset that, man, I should have handed it off there. It's pretty quick. You got to really got to practice running it. Most players who run it are lazy. They just think that it's cool to run it. They don't have a game plan to go along with it. They don't have other passes that go along with it. They don't have a full scheme. They just want to run with the quarterback. So it should be pretty easy to stop. It takes too long to get going in the backfield to get upfield, and you're not really gaining that much of an advantage from it. So that's how I'd shut it down. All right.
Yep.
As you can hear, my iPad is jing-a-ling-a-linging.
Going off.
And because I want to share with you a little app called Madden NFL 13 Strategy app.
I got it on my iPhone, too.
This is what you want to check out. If you got an iPad or the iPhone, doesn't matter any kind. Might have an iPhone 5 like this guy over here. You can check out the Bears app for free. Just download this. The other teams are 99 cents, or you get the all 31 other teams for $9.99. So there's videos in here, and I've been hearing this question: how can I get to the other videos? All you have to do to get to all 3 videos, there's a run video with me voicing it over. Click that button right there, and you will go to the next page. You see the screen turn. That is the passing play. And then you click the next play, and you get the defensive plays with SGibs voicing that over. So, boom. 3 different videos. There's your 3-headed rushing attack. There's your quick pass, all your passing plays from the guide. And then you have the defensive 5 sets for success. Taking through that, showing you how to set them up, showing what we're looking for, making some adjustments. It's got all your audibles, your formations, your strength chart, your key players, your key player subs, some rankings and stuff, the new additions to the team. So the rosters are updated. So I think it's worth checking out if you're a fan. If not, just download it for free. Check out a team and say, oh, I've already got this in the guide, or I like these videos. Just check it out.
Pretty good. 99 cents. 99 cents per
cool.
team. Pretty good to have.
It's like 33 cents a video.
Not bad.
Or less.
Worth it.
All right. Next question in the mailbag we have from Mo.
Send it to Mo.
Makes me want to call him Big Mo. Okay, here we go. When passing on offense, what is the first thing you look for right after snapping the ball? Defensive man zone coverage, blitzing corners, or a blitz coming from the top in the position of the safeties? So that's a good question.
It is.
Because we've gone over reading the coverages pre-snap, but what are we looking for after? Well, it's a 2-part question, because we're always going to read before the snap, because that's where we get most of our information to make a guess after the snap. What you want to look for after the snap is exactly whatever you thought was going to happen when you snap the ball, because pre-snap you should be saying, here's what's going to happen when I snap the ball, based on this and this and this, which we have a nice video on MaddenTips.com showing you how to read the coverages. Right after you snap it, if you could literally Zach Morris pause time and say, you'd pause it half a second after and say, okay, here's what I thought was going to happen. Is it happening? Yes. Keep going. Right. No. Holy crap, what's my backup plan? Thankfully, we have taught you how to, have plays on both sides for different defenses.
Right.
If you did guess wrong. But we'll look at it here on the PlayStation 3.
Something as simple as curl flats. I mean, we talk about it all the time, but it's something as simple as curl flat. That curl flat is great. What I would recommend for this is the following, right? So what you're going to see here on offense is when ZFarls gets this set up, this curl flat set up, I want Farls, he's going to motion the triangle receiver on the fade. So what you want to do, let me go back to the zone coverage because I want to show you what it would mean. So what you want to do is first, your first thing you should look for is your first read. That's the first thing that you should be looking at. Are they open? Then you need to check down to your second read. It's more about knowing what your progression is than who to look for. You need to know your play, the way you set it up, 1, 2, 3, and 4, what the route progressions are. So Farls, tell me what it is here. You put triangle on the fade, you got the curl flats going. Who are your route progressions? Who are you going to, when and where and why?
So say I did think it was man-to-man, I would be looking at triangle to try and beat it.
Yep.
Just so that my halfback doesn't get in the way, I'd either motion him out or streak him.
Yep.
So I'm going to be looking to Bennett. Right now, I'm saying my pre-snap reads are this. Corners are up, 2 safeties high, because you did a good job disguising it.
Yep.
I'm thinking, okay, it's man-to-man. So I have my man-to-man beater set up on the left side of the field.
Right.
And I have my zone beater set up on the right side of the field, curl flat. When I snap the ball, I think it's man-to-man, so my brain's going to say, is it man-to-man? Right after I snap it. Like, that's the first thing that's going to go through my head. When I realize no, all of a sudden, because of how the defender plays Bennett, I'm going to know, okay, it's zone, something's wrong. Look to the right side of the field. I'll usually be able to throw it because I'll be confident. But if not, you kind of got to wait, and then you can check down to your halfback.
Right.
If not, throw the ball away. This isn't a blitzing scenario, but this is something that I would think of. So
here you are, snap. Okay, you see that it's zone
he's
coverage.
Playing him kind of weird, and now I come back across the field to the right side to get my read.
So the way that this play is set up is that you have the slot receiver is your first read.
Correct.
That's read number 1. Then if that's not there, you check down on the right side to the out route, which is your second read. And then that means your third read is the out on the far left, and then your fourth read would be back to the fade downfield for a user catch. Correct?
Yes, because in theory, all right, so as soon as this guy bumps, he's playing a flat zone.
Because it's a flat route. It's not going to get pressed. Can't get pressed.
Correct. So he's going to be coming, that it's going to be open in behind him. So next up, though, another tough thing is if it's cover 2, it can kind of look like man-to-man for a short second. So, if it's cover 2 sync, say, but here we just have cover 2 zone. So what I would do in cover 2 zone is I would put Marshall on the outside.
You want that, or you want me to go back?
So this is we just made shift the cover 2 sync, which is cool. So I would be nervous because now the out might not be open, but Bennett's going to appear to be played like it's man for a second, but then it's going to get real weird at about 8 yards. At about 7 yards, I'll know that it's no longer man to man.
Because the
yellow zone kind of drops like it's man. Everything's all good.
Yeah. Well, remember they don't press right away, so that's a first thing. And you're kind of weird about that.
So right now,
but then they sit back and they're like,
it's weird. But now I wait until he gets downfield. See how he follows him a little bit longer?
Right.
When he's playing man-to-man and that guy cuts back inside, you have the throw. You know in a heartbeat you have that throw. Bang. But when it's zone, he kind of hangs for another second, and you got to just wait a little bit longer. So it's more about knowing what each play is. The other thing you can do is if you sense a blitz. Today I was playing, and Gibbs was setting up his crazy blitzes, a lot of pressure, everything was up in my face. Set something up here. You got to make a read. You got to make an adjustment. You got to see, what is he going to do? I'm going to call something out. if somebody's blitzing you and you don't make an adjustment,
he doesn't know what I'm in.
And you're crazy.
I'm not showing him.
So I'm not sure what you're doing right now. But what I know I'm going to do now is I know I'm going to either block Forte if I want to pick it up, or I'm going to leak Forte out of the backfield.
That's the worst thing in the world to hit the defense.
So the problem with this is he is got too many guys at the line of scrimmage that even if I block Forte, I'm probably not going to be able to pick it up. If I had Jeffrey at tight end with a different formation, say like doubles week, which is part of
wink, wink,
part of the guide that's coming out, which is 20% off right now on Madden Tips, I would just block both guys, and I know that I'd have 3 routes going out there that could beat his guys.
Yeah.
But since I can't probably pick it up, I'm going to look to leak Forte out of the backfield. And as long as his guys are blitzing, I'll be able to pass Forte because it's not going to be a lot of guys left in coverage.
Right.
So, but you got to know that going into it. Whatever decision you make, as soon as the ball's snapped, then make the adjustment. If you're going to block Forte and try and pick this pressure up, don't snap the ball and then huck it. Snap the ball, be patient, and wait for your routes to get downfield. If you're going to not choose to block anybody and you're going to try and get a quick pass out and beat them when you snap the ball and they blitz, don't hold the ball all of a sudden because, no, I want to go downfield now.
Right.
Whatever you thought you were going to do, right after the snap, make sure it's true. That's the first thing I look to do, and then I make an adjustment.
Let's see if I can work Farls here. So I know he's going to motion me, and I have to watch out for that route on the left unless I'm playing coverage. Might work his head.
True. He might have...
might be in zone. He doesn't know. He has no idea. That's the best part about this right now. So I'm going to make a play. I'm going to make a play on Farls.
And I was able to leak it out of the backfield. So what I was hoping was this route on the left, he'd have to go over there long enough to user it, and I could hit it out of the backfield.
And I did. I shot it quick, kind of like pre-snap, and then I sat on it. I shot 2 guys free with my pressure here, by the way.
Because I chose not to pick anybody up. But if I had blocked just Forte, I still get 1 guy free in my face, and now I don't have long to throw downfield, and I lose a receiver.
And I sat on it too, right? I mean, I sat on it, but that's
Did a good job.
That's the TCP right there.
Did a good job.
Inside pass lead. And why'd you throw it inside? Tell me why'd you throw it to the right there. Why?
Because you had to come from the left side of my receiver because I was assuming you were going to try and stop the route on the inside.
Right.
So I tried to lead it over there. If you had been coming from the outside right, say I'd motioned that guy.
That's important.
I would have tried to leak it out to the left. Actually, in that situation, a better play by me would have been to put Jeffrey on this fade.
Can't motion him, though.
Which you can't motion him. But in gun spread, you can. And then just look to Forte out of the backfield real quick. Because now you're going to get attracted to the motion over there. And then this guy's running all the way across the field. Short, leak.
Right. Gotcha.
Crash.
I like it.
Touchdown. Duh, Bears. So that's what I'm looking after the snap. I hope that adds on to some of the pre-snap stuff we've gone over. But, are you correct? Was your hypothesis right?
Yeah, you're never 100% sure anymore. So that's the beauty of the game.
Last year you just knew. You knew you were good. You're all set. Now this year, are they dropping somebody back off the defensive line? Should I run with the quarterback? All this stuff. Is there 1 guy rushing? Is there 0 guys rushing? Because that's a huge difference.
Right.
All factors you got to take into account. Where's his user guy at the snap? All that stuff kind of goes through your head, but it's all based off what you read. So, next question on the list. We have from Jay. How to get pressure when the offense spreads the field with at least 4 receivers and throws short passes. Also, how to protect against crossing patterns from a 4 wide receiver set. So we can knock that question out in one swoop. The big thing about guys who spread out, you have 2 options. The man blitz or the zone blitz to get some heat. What you want to do is definitely only send it from one side.
Absolutely.
So as we find a formation here that's nice and spread out.
That's a good one.
We'll say we use a play like curl slants if they have it.
As he's searching curl slants, curl flats.
I'll make my own. So, something nice and easy. And obviously you got to mix up your blitzes. You can't just blitz straight away and
you definitely
expect to use it.
You just can't.
You're going to want to make sure to use the halfback. And especially if they're hitting you over the middle of the field, yes, exactly. Drop a yellow. Get some pressure across the middle of the field. Here, the heat comes in off the right before I'm able to get it. I wanted to throw it a square. He definitely had a beat on his man, but that yellow zone kind of deterred me just for a quick second, and then all of a sudden the heat was in. I think right there. I wanted it right there is where I wanted it. You can see that guy's there. I probably could have let it in front, but then Forte was kind of hanging out. Just kind of.
I had the user guy. I wasn't really doing anything. I don't know why he rushed there, but yeah.
So you want to set up pressure. You want to bring 4 guys. You want to blitz 4 guys, and you want to drop 1 guy into some type of zone especially where they're hitting you. You want to use the guy in the halfback or the 5th receiver, depending on where they're sending them out.
Yep.
And you want to mix it up. You can either go man or you can go zone with some different coverages. That's all really depends on what you're comfortable with.
Right.
But they're spreading out now. I can't blitz them. I know last year's game I love to see spread because you could just get heat all day, and then they had to go in and block the halfback.
Right.
But this year it's definitely harder to get pressure, but you still want to use the same idea behind shutting down this stuff. You can't
right.
only drop guys back.
You need to sneak pressure in. You really do. You got to, again, we talked about coverage, and what the important thing about this year is you want to play that coverage, but then make that coverage look like it's coverage, and then sneak pressure in on the backside. And typically when you blitz, you definitely want to blitz wherever the halfback isn't. So in this case, I mean, we vaguely talked about that, but what that means is, see the halfback's on the left side of the formation here. I want to send pressure off the right edge because the halfback's over there. So even if the halfback comes in and picks his pressure up, I still force him to run all the way across the field like that and make a play. And you see he missed. So because you make it harder for the halfback to block. Whereas if I set this blitz up from this side, it just makes it easier on the halfback to pick up the pressure. Also, so just know that.
Cutler's got to move left.
Right.
You want him going away.
Right. So it just makes it easier now. The halfback can just step up, and you see, picked it up pretty easy. It makes it easier for the pressure to get picked up. Yeah, the halfback might run over to the right and fly over there and pick it up, but you do make it a little bit harder on the halfback to make a clean block, and as we'll show you here one more time, a clean block on the pressure off the right edge. So snap.
Exactly.
Here it comes, pressure off the right edge. He has to sprint over there, get there, and that time he kind of got caught up, and that's the name of the game. That's what happens when you blitz.
Because
roll the dice.
Ideal protection in this situation would just be to slide the line to the right and block the halfback to the left, so that the halfback can block the guy closest to him and the tackle can pick up the guy closest to him.
Right.
But you don't really want to do that because the halfback will pick it up. That's what the NFL, that's what they go with. So, hopefully he
did a nice job there sliding over and picking it up again, but you're making it harder, making the halfback slide, and when the halfback slides, there's more movement involved, more things could go wrong.
I like it. So don't be afraid to, play some tight coverages, drop some guys back, get some guys in the throwing lanes, and then all of a sudden mix it up, try and catch them. Yeah, they're going to throw short passes, but that's more to the advantage to you. If you can get up and press them, throw off some timing, and they're not clamping down, cover 2 sink. I love cover 2 sink when guys get lazy and they're just throwing quick horizontal passes. They got to go deep to burn you, and you'll make them do that.
Right. Is it time, you think, to show a sampling? Think it's time?
You want to show off some of the tournament guide?
Yeah.
Do you?
I think so.
Only if the people in the chat want it.
Do you want it?
We got,
Should we show the play? Should we show a breakdown of the play?
Anybody want to see it? Mark Gates does. Shivani does. Yeah, okay.
Do we show, we got to show the play, right?
The base?
Yeah. Without a doubt, right?
Yeah. I mean, you guys should show one setup. How many setups do you have for this base play?
Way too many.
Guys, we did, there's one formation that I did specifically for this guide that I gave you, I think, 8 setups, and I ran you through them in the video. And then Gibbs comes in with his base play, trying to show me up, and gave a bunch of setups for it. So we'll show you
I'm about to show you the play.
A route that you want, and it's completely covered in the guide. So it's pretty awesome.
This is the play, and so I start this out. This is, again, the New York Giants offensive specialized tournament guide, MaddenTips.com, and the play here from the gun, normal, wing, New York formation, and the play, it's sneaky.
Because
it's sneaky, you don't see it.
Here's the thing, we're gonna show you this play, and you're gonna be like, oh, that's a great play. Well, I'm gonna go run this online. You're gonna run it one way, and you're gonna have success.
Yep.
And you're not even going to know the best part of this play that we're not going to share until you get the guide.
Yeah.
Because there's another thing to this play
that makes it
that
like,
I promise. If you guys trust us, I promise you, there's another piece to this that you're going to be like, wow, that makes it even better. So this is, one thing that we're building it on. When you find that one thing, guys, we talk about it all the time. What do we say? Find that one thing.
Find your one
and
play.
Build everything around.
Build everything around.
This is why we did the Giants.
So this play first and foremost, this is how I set this up. I'm showing you my base number 1 setup here. Nothing else outside of that, but here it is. So first what I do is I'll place Witten on a fade. He's a tight end, so he's not going to get pressed. I know I have inside position on that user catch there. The far right receiver, it can remain stock. It's a deep comeback. I like that. Sometimes, certain situations, I like it, but most times I like a deep out pattern. He's isolated. He's one-on-one out there. Unless you drop a guy into coverage, he should have a nice one-on-one opportunity over there. The next thing I do is I place the halfback Murray. I put him on a fade pattern. That is really important. I'm not going to tell you why right now, but that is a huge reason right there.
You'll find out on Tuesday, October 16th when the guy comes out.
The next thing you look at, you look at this, and it doesn't look like it's that impressive the rest of the play. Now, one thing I'll tell you right now, that square receiver on Xbox, on PS3, doesn't matter. That is a unbumpable route. You cannot press that because of that inside release. That is an awesome thing about this play.
Because that route looks horrible, but it's not.
We show you why it's not. We show you why it's not. That's a key ingredient of that play. A lot of people might take that route out and do other things, but we show you why you need that route and when you use it and how to use it to perfection. So the next play route we talk about, and this is the route that stirs the proverbial drink, Farls. This is, when I first saw this play, I mean, I was just going through. When I tell you guys, I say, you need to run every play in your playbook. So you find a playbook. I like the Giants playbook, not going to lie. I liked it because of some of the other things it brought to the table. And then I started running this play, and I saw this route, and I was like, what is that route? And, at the snap of the ball, nothing special happened. And then what I decided to do was, well, what if I motion him, one step or so, and let's see what happens. So I motion him one step. He goes inside. What ends up happening, he cuts back out, and then he cuts back over the middle of the field. And I actually got sacked there on National Live Minute for it. But the idea, let me show you that again. What happens is he cuts so hard back over the middle of the field, that outside release, and that's what we're looking for. And Ogletree dropped it there. But the idea is that you're going to get that inside release over the middle of the field, which makes man-to-man defense so hard for it torches man-to-man. Two-man under, the hardest defense in the game. The best defense right now that people are running two-man under and making adjustments off of it. Right now we have the ability to beat it on the far right with an out pattern. I can do that easily. At the snap of the ball, as he breaks, throw the out. I can beat two-man under right there very easily. I can next check down against two-man under to the tight end route to Witten by the fall, and as he breaks out to the middle of the field, breaks inside, I can beat it there with a user catch to Witten. So now I have two ways to beat two-man under.
And that's just the right side of this play. It's not even working on these combos to the left.
So then you have the Ogletree route as he takes a step inside, he releases in, goes back out, you roll right, and then he cuts over the middle of the field, and there's different pass leads. That's a kind of key ingredient. You saw what happened there. How did I get him to stop? That's part of what makes this whole play special. There's so many different things you can do with this one play, off different things you can do. What I also love about this play right here, this route right there, looks like it's covered, right? Well, guess what? It wasn't. There's a reason for it, and we break it down in the guide. This is the best base play in Madden NFL 13, and it is. I'm telling you right now, I love this play. It is awesome.
Pretty good stuff right there. It's super tough to defend. It's
pain in the neck.
It's
you don't want to defend
frustrating. It's very frustrating. You don't have to motion anybody to get that inside release on the fade, and that's something that we've relied upon, but it's a tell. This guy doesn't require that to get it done. So it's super challenging to defend this offense.
99 tough.
And there's so much more that's built upon it. It's not just this formation. There's so many more formations and variations, and this playbook really does have many, many things.
It's got it all.
That make it.
It's got it all. If I want to run the ball, I will run it down my opponent's throat. I can run the ball very easily.
Earlier you said every playbook that you use for the running game?
Yes.
What was that quote you said?
Every base running attack and running scheme for a scheme that you use should include a single back ace, halfback stretch.
So does this have the single back ace, halfback stretch? And do you break it down and teach them how to run it?
Yes.
All right.
I'm telling you, it is run it, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Then you're going to go to the website. And this is literally a call to action right now. You got to go buy it. Literally, you got to go buy it. It's 20% off. And this is really good. It's really good. This one play is going to change the way you play Madden NFL 13. It's going to get you more wins. Most importantly, you're going to be a better overall player after you purchase the guide.
Serious stuff right here. MaddenTips.com. Check it out. It's a specialized offensive guide. It's very inexpensive as it already is, and it's 20% off until Tuesday, October 16th when it gets released. Tournament guys who bought the winner's kit, you're already getting it for free. So thank you guys for getting that ahead of time. Trust in us. We deliver great playbooks all season long, and we're super excited to share the Giants one with you guys.
Absolutely. And we didn't forget about the starter guys either.
Starters from the Chiefs have some excellent, excellent stuff. A lot of good running plays.
Yep.
Super great quick passes. Serious. Payne quick passes. A nice offensive scheme built around the tight ends. Some awesome stuff for the starter guys. That's much more, on their level. Great for leagues.
Not as many adjustments.
Really good stuff.
Not as many adjustments.
Not as many cute motions.
Right.
Just getting the job done with good football tactics from the starter guides too. So don't even worry about that. I promise. All right, here we go. Next mailbag question.
Next question, T.O. style.
From Jay Green. How do you use the Cowboys' full arsenal on offense like you did against the Seahawks, Gibbs?
How do you use the Cowboys' full arsenal on the offense like you did in that game? Who was the Seahawks I played?
Played against Cody Ballard, I think, in the second game.
Okay. Well, part of that, good lead-in, part of that was the New York Giants offense. I've been using the New York Giants offensive playbook for the past, I think, 3 twims. I think I've been using that. One thing you got to know about the Cowboys is they have a lot of balance and a lot of depth at each position. So offensively, you have 3 wide receivers I think are really, really solid guys out there. So you have Dez Bryant, you have Miles Austin, and Ogletree. You got to use them to their strengths. I really like Miles Austin and Dez Bryant out wide near the sideline, so I always position them out there. Ogletree is fast. He's really fast. He doesn't have the greatest hands. He's got some height to him. I like him in the slot, and then of course Jason Witten, 92 catching traffic. You need to use him down the middle of the field. You got to make him go over the middle of the field and catch in traffic with 92. I mean, he's a monster. Then you have Felix Jones, who I like to use for trinkets. I call him trinket plays. You mix him in on screens. You mix him in on tosses. You use Felix Jones for those home run plays, and then you have DeMarco Murray, who's your workhorse. He's a beast. I say he's a poor man's Darren McFadden. That's what he is. He's a little bit slower. He doesn't have that same top end speed, but he has great strength. He can catch the ball. He can carry. He kind of does it all. He's a great back. I think he's one of the best backs in this game. So I absolutely love that. Tony Romo makes all the throws, 88 deep throw accuracy, so he's a beast there. He's got a good amount of speed, so he can kind of elude defenders if they play a lot of coverage. And then you also have a couple backup guys that can come into the game and make plays. Like I said, Felix Jones, John Hanna at tight end.
He loves Hanna.
Love Hanna, 89 speed tight end. He's tall, he's big target. So if Witten goes down, he comes in. And here's a little key thing I do. If say Ogletree goes down and I don't want to lose my speed, I don't want to put Felix Jones there because I don't have another speed guy coming in off the bench. So what I'll do is I'll take DeMarco Murray with his great catch, sub him in at wide receiver, and then I use Felix Jones as my feature halfback.
I like that. I'm actually going to be locking in against the Cowboys tonight on the game of the week. So nice to get a little scouting report pregame. Obviously, I know them well, seeing them a lot on the show, and also going to that game early in the season. Saw that Ogletree, saw what he can do. He's been good for a couple seasons in Madden, and he got a nice week 1 boost. Yeah. So looking pretty good. Good team. Gibbs thinks that they're the #1 team in the game. I disagree. I definitely disagree.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're so balanced. They don't have weakness.
By the way, Depth Chart Podcast, if you need to know how to set up your team's depth chart, I've been crushing podcasts.
Ranting.
I just sit over there for like 10 minutes.
He does.
Give you all the gems on the roster, share some knowledge. So I'm up to team number 10 right now. I got 9 left to go.
I'll link you.
It's pretty good in the chat. You guys want to check that out. I'm getting up to my top teams. He tried to sneak Cowboys #1 on the list when I wasn't looking, but they're not going to be #1 because there's a new #1 team, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. All right, next on the list, who do we have? Question from HBK47. When is the best time to use lob passes? Seems they aren't used as much anymore.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why it's heartbreaking. I know it's heartbreaking to you because this is one of your favorite things you ever did in the world, and it was so good. It's not there anymore. It's not there.
All right.
I know you know what I'm talking about. It hurts you inside. You invented it.
Yeah.
You did.
I did invent this.
The curl lob.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work
with that.
It doesn't work anymore.
Guys, this is crushing.
Yeah, you're the inventor. This is
devastating. So say some guy online against you, right? He thinks, when you're playing 2-man under, you don't see too many guys, get beat deep. But when they come up from cover 1 and they press, and all of a sudden you got a curl on that outside or an out, and all of a sudden
you lob it to him,
and they whiff. So the defender misses his press, right? It's going to be tough with the Bears because they do have a good D, but we'll go here until we miss a little press.
Come on, Miles.
Charles Tillman and Jennings are just monsters.
How many more interception returns does Tillman
get? So for me, right, who do I play with? I used to play with Akeem Nicks. What's he got? 99 beat press. So guys would press me. I'd be in like the full house or whatever. Oh, there it is.
Lob it. Oh, the lobbies, they don't work anymore.
These are for the longtime guys in the chat. I know Relly's in here. I know Michael Dobbs was on here last season.
King Jason.
All these guys, right? They knew that when I called this play, I called it a 2-window pass attempt, right? So I would call a curl. If everything went as planned, he pressed, I knew I could still hit the curl. But last season, when this happened,
you would lob it.
You'd get the whiff. All of a sudden, you just lob right here because you have 7 yards on him, 5 yards. You'd lob it, and it would go into the end zone, and you catch a touchdown. Now, though,
it's like a streak.
It knows where he's going. He just lobs it. He comes back to it, and all of a sudden, this defender catches up. So I've been in this habit of, okay, I see this guy beat press, chuck it. Right. All of a sudden, now this guy coming back from underneath makes a play on the ball and ruins my day. That's one reason you don't see lob passes this year. The other reason is this, I would say. You don't see them because your brain is not thinking about lob passes like in old Madden. In old Madden, you threw a flat pass, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you lobbed it, and the ball went 800 feet in the air and came down, and your guy ran out of bounds or hit him in the back of the helmet, and you yelled at your TV.
And you got so angry.
But in this year's Madden, say you're going to run, pass to Murray here to the flat, he's on the wheel, and you lob the pass, that's a lob pass. That is...
I guess it is. You're not thinking about it. Yeah.
So you're not seeing it because that looked like a bullet pass. Look how high this ball goes. It doesn't go very high at all because the game is fixed, and it does a great job with the 25 new passing trajectories.
Right. You're lobbing it, but...
That's a lob.
Right.
That's not a bullet pass.
Right.
So it just lobs it out and gets it. It actually just does it correct.
Right.
So it doesn't really matter. The only time you really see a lob pass is if you're lobbing it downfield.
Right.
And those are the routes with the deep ball where, yeah, they're there every now and then, but only only in the right situation. So also with wide receiver screen passes, right?
Yeah.
Think about this. I was thinking for a while.
Were you?
Tampa Bay Bucks used to have the wide receiver screen. And when you threw to the wide receiver, you'd have to throw a bullet pass.
Yes.
Because if you lobbed it, it literally took 5 seconds.
It was like a moon
pass. It was crazy. It was crazy, right? And they fixed it, and they did a great job, and we're pretty happy. But now if you throw a lob pass, it doesn't lob it anymore.
Right.
When you throw a bullet pass, you can lead it to the body, right?
Right.
So you would try and lead it so he would get going back upfield, but sometimes he would catch it and kind of run the wrong way, and you'd be like, why do I call
the worst when he was open and you would catch it out of bounds.
Yeah. So in this year's game, though, you throw that lob, it doesn't lob it, it just throws it slow, and then he can actually catch it and be in the right position to make a play on the ball. It just works better. You don't see lobs because they're not like the old lobs you're used to. It took me forever on throws. Say I'm going to throw a triangle, right?
Duh.
I'm going to try and throw a triangle.
Okay.
I'm going to throw, hopefully, between the hash marks into the 20. Last year, this was a throw you could make with... you can make that throw, right? But you'd have to bullet it, correct?
Right.
This year, I can lob that throw because it knows he only has a certain amount of area to run through. I can make this throw right here as a lob.
Yeah.
Last year, that ball goes out of bounds.
Absolutely.
And look how far away he is from the sideline. This year, he just drops it in on the sideline, and you're all set.
Drops it in.
So you're not used to seeing it because it's not a moon ball. So that's why you're not seeing lobs in this year's game. It's kind of crazy. All right. Next question. Guys, all right, so in the chat they're saying, I want to get this guide. I want to get the specialized offensive guys, 20% off. But you know what? I'm jumping in and I'm getting the winner's kit instead. There will be coupons for 40 off the winner's kit. I'll try and get them to do it this weekend so you can have the guide for when it comes out on Tuesday. That's my promise. Hopefully in the chat they can help it out. I know Mark Gates is looking forward to it. If you guys want to pull the trigger on the winner's kit, because there's going to be another specialized defense coming out as well.
Right.
So if you want to get that winner's kit, you'll get all the stuff that we've already put out. Plus, you'll be in line to get the defensive winner's kit.
And
one thing
to note about that is about the winner's kit, which is nice to have. You get all the playbooks we put out, and where we left off in the previous guides is where we kind of start off with these new guides, right? So we kind of build off of a lot of what you learn in those, and then we just keep building that foundation, build it up, and we make it even better than what it was. So that's kind of a good starting point. If the guy comes on Tuesday, you're waiting, you want to wait to get it, and you get these new guides, and you can get their lab all weekend, things like that. So if you didn't have the winner's kit already, that's just something to think about.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I think it's important. We have these. You guys are here watching Twim live right now. You got, these are the guys I see every week in here. It'd be great to get them that discount and all. And make sure you're signed up for the email list. That's when a lot of the good deals come out, especially on Sundays.
Absolutely.
I always say, hey, the Giants are about to slay somebody. Let's give our fans a coupon because I just get crazy.
I bet they are.
They are. They are
terrible.
Okay, here we go. Next question from Mr. Light. What would you recommend to stop running back and wide receiver screen passes besides using your defensive end on a QB contain? Good question. So we'll go to halfback slip screen here. And that's a great note because a lot of people might not know that QB contains are pretty darn effective in stopping some screen passes, right? So we'll show that off at first, as he did a good job mentioning that.
Oh, here's Harrison. Before you go, Harrison 92 in the chat says cover 2 sync shuts down giant slot trail. No, it doesn't. No, it does not.
No.
Does not.
Incorrect.
We go over it in the video guide, but I had to give a shout out that it does absolutely not. There's many reasons why, but go on.
Okay. So you have the HB slip screen, right? And you have put Peppers on a contain. He's going to do a good job potentially guarding the screen. So that's one option if guys are throwing a lot of screens, especially some of the flanker screens and stuff that we go with. He'll hopefully wait.
That's the problem. He comes in, right?
But he comes in.
Right.
So on a quick screen where it's set up, he'll wait. See how he waited, though, for like a quick second? That's always an option, is to try that. Hopefully, if they throw quick, if I had thrown that quick like when you had him on the contain, that's probably a pick.
Right.
And a lot of times they won't see that. And what's nice is he'll still rush after. So
I like the man guy up on him.
SGibs is a big fan of manning guys up on screens.
They see how he's sitting on the screen and he's just ready. He's just ready and he gets him right there.
And you want to have two things when you have a screen pass. You want a guy following from the back. That's huge. And even though Peppers gets out here and he's not out in front of him slowing down the screen, because if you have a guy out in front of the screen, then you have 3 blockers that he's got to take down to tackle the ball carrier. So you kind of want a guy waiting in the backfield here like Peppers. So you might think, okay, well, he's standing up. He's waiting because he manned up. Now all of a sudden he goes out. Yes, he's behind.
But see how he gets out in front of that lineman.
So right now, I'm okay with this. You don't want this because otherwise, look at where his other 2 blockers are. What you want to do in this situation, if you're running the screen, you want to wait. Hopefully this guy picks up anybody, and then you have 3 blockers coming from the interior. But Peppers has busted his way in between them, and you're not going to get a huge gain.
Busted his can to get over there.
It's nice.
He's going.
So the key way is to cut back, and then you got 3 blockers, then you got a convoy. We've seen it a million times. But Peppers does a good job getting out there. Yes, you can still keep going to the sideline, and you're going to pick up some yards, but having a guy trailing him is huge.
Terrible.
Huge.
Terrible feeling to have that. A great way to stop if you're getting hit with a lot of screens and that's their screen formation. Definitely man a guy up, and then I like to user it. So snap, go. I just get out there. That's what I do. I sit there and I say, yeah, go. And you'll see me do this a lot when Farls.
You get the double-sided attack.
Farls runs a lot of screens, especially the halfback. So what you'll see me do a lot of times. I don't even necessarily always will man a guy up on him, but the first thought I have screen, snap the ball. I just go. I just get over to where I think the screen's going, and I just sit there and I wait. And I made a bad play there, but that's the idea of what I want to do. And
DeMarco.
You just went nuts.
Screens.
You're doing the DeMarco polo.
They got to be in the right situation. The other thing I'll do though is, if you're using a guy in a halfback and you're playing 2-man under, you have you can either cut through the line and tackle him when you see the screen coming, or you can try and get outside and eat up a blocker. It all depends on the defense you kind of have set up behind it. But those are some tactics for a guy that's using it a lot. Because think about it, a screen that doesn't work the first time, are they going to call it again? A screen that doesn't work like they wanted to, or they think, if you almost throw a pick on the contain, you get kind of nervous.
Yeah.
So
you don't want to do that again. Well, a big thing about Madden is the fear factor, right? You wanna let your opponent know, so a lot of times if you shut something down once, they're going to kind of be afraid to go back to it. If you shut it down twice, they are probably never going back to it, like especially if it's a little trinket play.
Try a flat zone here for ATL.
So I like the flat, but what ends up happening with the flat is they kind of often drift back too far. You'll see what I mean here. So snap.
And sometimes they'll get blocked as well.
See how he's drifting? He's drifting. I like it. I love the idea of it.
Show me that cut, please. Okay, so here's the key. Why I would rather man him up than have him on a flat zone is what I just talked about. So those blockers on this specific screen don't actually get out quite well enough. They actually kind of hold too long. If Peppers is following me here, I'm continuing to the outside, and this guy's on the 20-yard line is probably going to pick me up. But since I have time and nobody trailing me here, what I do is I cut back inside these 3 blockers to get a lane.
Yeah.
And now I got all types of blockers, and I'm able to get downfield. So that's why I like that. So
do this again, and this is a good thing that ATL just said. Watch. So if you drop him into a flat zone, and I'm going to spotlight the running back. Go ahead. We're going to get a different result there. Did not.
So maybe you have to be on him. DeMarco.
No, my favorite zone for spotlighting is a purple. So maybe I'll try that. Spotlight purple. Go. See if that works any better. No, didn't work any better.
And so that's what we would go with. We'd man that guy up and get him in from the back. All right, here we go. Next question.
Next question.
From Madden Boy. He wants, this is a new thing on Twim. It's called the Scheme of the Week. I'm real excited about it. Got to keep innovating, and we're going to give you guys a Scheme of the Week on the show. He is running the Z-trip formation using the empty shy under, which we'll show you right here, as his base play. But people have been doing a good job stopping him when they run 2-man under with 2 purple zones, which are buzz zones and a spy, and use a guy over the middle. How can he move the chains against this defense? So you show us what you're running, and we will do our best to give you some new plays and some new looks and some new ideas of how to run it. Obviously, right off the bat, his opponent's not rushing anybody.
Right.
His opponent is not using a single, he's not rushing a single person on the defense. So you got to like that right away. Because if you run an offense that's good enough to make them drop back 11 guys, you could drink some tea.
Could steep tea.
You could do anything.
Do whatever you want.
And just wait.
Go write a book. Take a nap.
We'll go dime 2-man under. So the formation that we're in right now
Bake a cake.
is single back, and we're in the empty shy play.
Yep.
So he said his opponent is using 2 buzz zones, which we will set up right here.
Go on a road trip even. Go look at some fall foliage.
All right, so right here, this is an empty formation, right? And it's from under center. So you don't see this a lot. The reason this is a formation within a formation, it's hidden in theory. Because Forte, where triangle is on the left-hand side, he should really be in the backfield when this formation's ran regular. But you might remember Gibbs running this with the Raiders last season. So here is the defense his opponent is stopping him with.
So he's just running this stock, he's going, and he's running into problems. Right, I see it. I see the problems, I see the problems.
But I see some problems with this defense. Let's take a look. Okay, there's a lot of things about this play. One, you don't have a halfback, so there's no fear of the halfback draw. So this guy can definitely drop all the players that he wants.
Yes.
If you don't have a halfback draw, you're in trouble. You know, this is why sometimes I don't like to go empty without a mobile quarterback, because I'm dropping everybody back, and what are you going to do about it? You're not going to do anything.
There's nothing you can do about it.
So, but what you really got to do is be patient here. I'd like to see you use some playmaker and wait it out, because he's not rushing in anybody.
Right.
Go for it.
So playmaker is the first step that you would use. Okay, you see no one's coming. You got to be patient. So wait for your opportunity. I'm playmakering. Oh, I see that guy's open sideline. Boop.
And this is going to eventually prevent me from stopping and dropping guys back.
Patience.
Now all of a sudden, if this is the one guy that rushes, you know that so whichever guy rushes, right? That is how you know what zone he is weak on. You know, is he using a spy? If Ware all of a sudden rushes, I know there's no buzz zone dropping to the left. If it's Spencer rushing from the right, I know that there's no buzz zone to the right. If one of these guys blitzes, I know he's potentially short a spy or just a yellow zone over the middle of the field. So I'm gonna know that, you know, this is specifically against one opponent, but
I would say the base way to attack this would be the routes on the outside are going to be unbumpable. They're released. That's the number one thing you need to know. So what that means is they're not going to get pressed. You know, you're going to free release, and they're going to break back down. Got to love that route. Gotta love that route.
Gotta trust that route.
It's like an out, but the best part about it is it's deeper downfield.
Free release.
And it's a free release. So you gotta trust this route. I mean, you can run it to either side. As soon as he breaks, I mean, a little bit before he breaks, throw it to him. So that's the first part about where you're gonna go to start attacking with this play. So I know you have a lot of frustration with it.
Good question from Plane Driver here. I think he means this. All right, so put Bennett on a streak, right?
Bennett on a streak.
So what unbumpable means is that the route is unable to be pressed.
So here's the snap of the ball.
See how Bennett was just pressed on the right-hand side of the field? That just throws off timing and will lead to an inconsistent offense depending on, you know, if a guy has a good beat press rating or good bad press rating. So as you can see here, Bennett gets bumped. All of a sudden now he's off his route.
We would call that a bumpable route.
So that you can bump that route. If you're a defense, you can play bump and run. You know, you can press that route. But with the outside release here,
you'll see same defense.
Correct.
Nothing happened on defense.
So we'll look over to Bennett. Is he going to get pressed here? Same as that? No, he's not. He's going to get free release upfield. The time is going to be on, and hopefully he can haul on the pass. That is what an unbumpable route is. So you have one to the right, you have one to the left.
Right.
Across the middle of the field,
we have Davis, because he's a tight end, so we know he can be unbumpable.
Tight ends are not pressed. So you have an unbumpable route there. That's 3.
That's now 3. If you are playing on a PlayStation 3 and you know the left side of the field, now you have 4. Because any route you place him on is unbumpable.
Correct. And then the last thing we would do,
place Marshall on a drag.
Drag routes are unbumpable. They're short. You're just going to let them go and just follow them up. So drag routes are not pressed.
Count that. 5 unbumpable patterns from one play. That's pretty impressive. You have 4, unless you put if you're on Xbox, you'll have 4 if you put the triangle receiver. If you put him on a drag, then you had 5.
Correct. So easy to get 5. And next up, the other key to this play, right? So one way that we get unbumpable routes, we talk about this a lot. You want to motion guys. We just showed you one earlier from the inside where you motion a guy, you get an unbumpable route because the defender's running, he's not going to press. This formation, the reason I don't like this as a base formation, a couple reasons. So let's talk about it. You know,
hash it out.
You got a good little thing going here. You got a cute play. It's got some tough routes. It's a pain in the butt. It forces guys to drop guys back to stop it. I don't think it is a consistent offense you can run all season long with however you're running. I'm not sure what team you're using, but one, you need a mobile quarterback because, like we said, there's no draw. So they have to respect the draw from this formation. There's only 3 plays, one of which is an option play, an option route play. Anytime you call another play from this formation and you use your quick audibles, you're going to actually put the halfback back in the backfield. Can you even audible out of this because it's 5 wide in theory?
Yes.
Okay, so he just called a quick audible, right?
No, but yeah,
okay.
but I will.
But so for Forte, right, he is going to go to the backfield, which is a tell that, okay, well, he's in this formation, now he might run the ball. So this is the same exact formation, but not with Forte split out. But since he's split out, you can't motion him. So you have no motions. You have no ability to run a draw if you don't have a mobile quarterback. And lastly, there are no stock flat routes. How important are flat routes in this year's game?
So important.
This is the key to a lot of our offensive attacks this year. If Davis was on a flat, I think you're much better off using empty Falcon or empty Giant from shotgun.
Same formation.
Than this formation. They're very similar, except the triangle would be in tighter, and it could still be a halfback, and square would be a little bit in tighter. So that formation is going to give you a much better attack because then you have delayed routes. You can actually block. You can't really block in this. You can block Davis.
End, yeah.
But in the other formation, you can block from either side. You're in gun, so you have a little more time. You're kind of already set. You know, you're going to see some of the same routes. I'm sure you have stock flat routes. I think it's going to just be a lot better. I think that this is a great formation, but to build a complete thing around with only three plays.
Yeah, it's great and sneaky, but
yeah, it's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
But like I said, anytime you got a good thing going, you got 5 wide receivers. You're kind of running it like a more spread gun heavy Panther, which we know is successful. You just got to be careful. You just definitely got to be careful. All right, here we go. Next question here. I think it's our last one of the night. We have time for the Virgin Gaming tip of the week. Can you spotlight a receiver on defense in this year's game? And if so, how do you do it?
You definitely can do it. Here we are in the PlayStation 3. You definitely can do it, and the way you do it is pretty simple. So defensively, Farls can come out and really whatever he wants. I'll try and come out in a snugs here. Let's see, I'll go to bench. And what I mean by how you do this, so Farls, if you could go ahead and get on a defender, place him in a purple zone for me. And then you're going to hold down the R trigger.
Correct.
And you're going to, whoever the receiver is, you're going to hit their icon. So here's the thing, you're not getting any feedback.
So I'm holding down R2.
Yes.
And I'm pressing triangle, I want to get Bennett.
You want Bennett, yeah.
Correct.
So, Bennett. So whoever the receiver is you're trying to spotlight, that's what you'll be doing.
Okay.
That's going to draw the attention of the defender. Now, I would
the defender that I'm using or any defender that's in a zone?
The defender that's in that zone that you dropped there. So you dropped the DN into that purple. So
yes.
He should pay a little bit more attention to that route. This worked really well last year. And you see that this year, he should pay a little bit more attention.
And he does.
And he drops back a lot more to that route. So certain times you might run into problems with that is if you had an underneath drag. So if, say I had underneath drag now, that could draw the attention of that purple, but hopefully the spotlight, so you spotlight triangle again.
Yep, R2 and triangle.
Hopefully this drag doesn't draw that attention, and see how he's staying home. He's staying home on the route. So that's the difference. So this time run the purple, and I'll run the drag, but don't spotlight him.
Okay.
And this time we'll see if the purple, we'll see how it reacts. We just gotta see, get our beakers on, our lab coats out here, see how it works. So here you can see he stayed home a little bit better, and the defender, of course, that didn't have anything to do with the spotlighting. But yeah, I think it's definitely there. That's how you do it. My best advice would say tinker with it. See how your defensive scheme can work with it, and see how it can work best for you. So there's that deep route again. He's sitting right there. He didn't jump, but he's there at least.
So that is how you spotlight in this year's game. Always good to try it out. If you're ever yelling at your TV, this is where the ball's going, this is where the ball's going, why not spotlight? Why not give it a shot? Try and get a guy out there to defend that play, and that's your Virgin Gaming tip of the week. It is time to lock up in the game of the week.
Yep.
SGibs taking on a competitor on PlayStation 3, Adam. Gamertags Prime28 on PSN. He doesn't know anything about him. He did win the Virgin Gaming Challenge, the tournament, the qualifier, so he's definitely going to be a good competitor.
And be a baller.
And we're excited to play this game. I'm going to take on Derek Adams from Dynasty League Gaming, DLG.
Now.
You can check out their site, dlgnow.com.
It's leagues, a bunch of league play. So if you're
a lot of leagues, a lot of community stuff, a lot of places to build.
Good spot for leagues. Very
new relaunch, so DLG Now is a cool site to check out. But I'm gonna take on Derek. We have a battle that spans eras down at EA. We've played multiple times. He uses the Cowboys, I use the Giants. That's our real teams. He's been harassing me nonstop. And
you're gonna put a hurt on him or what?
Try and put a hurting on him. I'm gonna recover, guys. I know that a lot of people in the chat are worried about me. I know guys don't want me to lay an egg this week.
Captain Video's in the chat. Hey, the champ. The champ's here.
I'll say I lost the Chief, fair and square. Chief's a good player. Excited. Hopefully he can share some of that magic. And I'm going to come back strong, and I'm going to win this game, We all need, your game is it's so like a water flow. Your game.
Tell me, Dr. Farls.
Sometimes,
Dr. Farls, tell me.
Sometimes your pool is full of life. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have an ebb and flow. And seriously, I had lost less than 5 games this year. That's the one game, that's the one game I've lost there. And it hurts, but we've all lost games of Madden. You got a lot of guys come in. They're, when I lose, they're very happy. And I appreciate that because it just makes me want to get better. And if I sat here and told you that I never lost a game of Madden, obviously that's foolish. If anybody in the chat is sitting here and telling me they've never lost a game of Madden, that's foolish as well. We try and bring in the best people to play live, to show their schemes, to show you, what's happening. I would rather play a close game and lose 100 out of 100 times than win in a blow and not show you guys anything on the game of the week. So, congrats to Chief for taking me down. Congrats for the
There's some
the guys in the chat
I love
it up for me, and I love it.
Damar91 is my new favorite fan. He's saying that he would smash Farls, but probably not Gibbs. I like that. It's awesome.
And what I love is, people would rather play Gibbs than me. I beat SGibs in week 1, so it's all about matchups. It's all about can you do certain things. And when you turn the ball over, you're not going to win very many matches.
You can't turn over.
You just can't turn the ball over.
No.
And that's what happened. And it got out of hand. And, you know, you live to play another day. Hopefully, just keep fighting. And I appreciate you guys out there. We love doing this show, man. I'm having a great time tonight. We're about to lock up in the game of the week. Pre-order that guide right now. MaddenTips.com, 20% off.
App.
We will get you guys who want the winners kits the code, hopefully. And the other big thing is it's already unlocked for you guys on Tuesday, October 16th if you bought the winners kit. So that's good as well. Download the app, 5-star it if you can.
I'm going to.
Really good.
I'm going to be using the Giants offense tonight.
I think I am as well. I'm going to be using the actual Giants. Here's the thing with this. I'm not going to have a mobile quarterback when I use the Giants, so the scheme's not going to be in full effect, especially because that's a big part of my game. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll step up. All right,
Mixing it up.
We're going to just move over to the other set, and then we'll get ready to lock up.
Eli's coming. Hide your hot girls. About to lock in. Let's do it, tech guy. Let's do it. Dun, dun, dun. It's the game of the week kickoff. Here we are. National Live Internet. Little Lotto won today.
I like SGibs. Who's he using?
He's got Packers.
Packers are a great team. We all know this.
It gets pretty hot. It gets pretty hot.
It gets very warm in here, but
he's already calling a timeout. Ruh-roh.
Maybe that's a good thing.
41-17. Wow, that would be some stifling defense. I feel like my setup isn't good right here. I gotta get closer or something. Move up. I'm ruining Tech Guy's camera angle.
Looks like they're in press coverage here. Corners formation here for the defense.
So he's gonna run from strong close. So I see that. Haven't seen a lot of strong close this year.
Okay.
Wow!
Touchdown.
Claiborne, Mo!
Touchdown, SGibs.
Really?
Anti-SGibs to Greg Jennings.
Mo Claiborne gonna get burnt that bad?
So a shot play, as it's called. He takes a shot deep downfield.
Wow.
Tries to.
All right. Okay. Note to self. Note to self.
You got to be ready for that. What play was that?
I had a corner deep. He wasn't pressed. And Mo Claiborne, I guess.
What do you think it was a specific route, or you just missed?
No,
or?
I think he just threw a streak. Maybe that might be something that he knows. I don't know. Might be something he does. Might be his thing. Felix the Cat.
Perhaps that could be how he won the tournament.
You want to answer King's question? He keeps sending the same message over and over.
All right,
you gotta, King. Relax a little bit there, buddy.
Yes, you will be able to use some of the plays available in the Cardinals book, but you'll also be able to use some of the stuff from the Cardinals in your new book. So it doesn't really matter. It just all depends on what you want to go with.
Marco.
It's your choice.
2nd and 2. I'm down 7. God, that's not a good way to start a game. That's Gibbs.
You never want to go down 7. You know, ooh, and Clay just block shed on 2nd and 2. Almost got the strip.
Clay.
And that's why you get a Clay Matthews, guys. That's block shed. We talked about the ratings all the time. Clay block shed's right there. So a big 3rd and 2 here. Gibbs going to the slot trail. Runs the draw. Notice the motion with the slot trail.
And did you also see the hot routes? Don't get lazy with your setups. Make them think that you're running the play.
I thought you were.
That's exactly why
he's definitely looks like he could be in some cover 2. I don't know. The slot guy's back a little bit. This guy knows what he's doing, that's for sure. That's why we have these tournaments to qualify you guys, so we could get those good games that we talk about. Another draw coming from SGibs. Note the draw. Note the defender following the receiver, thinking it's a pass. That's a nice play for Gibbs. Remember, when you go down 7, as long as you get ball at half, you're all set. That's all you got to do. And if you just keep scoring, you'll be all set. He's got to work his way downfield. He just got to be patient. Gibbs goes for a man.
No Doggett!
Wow. DeMarco Murray. So
DeMarco!
remember how Gibbs talked about DeMarco Murray's receiving abilities out of the backfield? That was big. That was pretty crazy.
DeMarco.
Gibbs is going to try and pound the stretch into the right-hand side, and he should get in. He does.
Little spin move for the fans. That's why you go out and get a D. Murray. That's why you go out and get a DeMarco Polo. So here's a move, guys, that you need to do when you're kicking field goals. Don't kick a field goal right away. Never kick a field goal right away. And here's why, or extra point, because people are running in and blocking kicks. So you want to be patient. You're going to mess up their timing. That's just a quick side note, little sidebar for you.
I like that. Yeah, always wait until yeah, just don't ever let them time. Don't ever let them get a running start. Make them run, stop, run, stop, run, stop.
Here's the kick, and this one's just a
Come on, Albright. Come on, Albright. Lee, oh, I got the chainsaw rip. I got the old school chainsaw rip there.
It's nice. I saw he had Clay with one.
Troy, we play on All Pro because that is what the settings are for the Virgin Gaming $400,000 256 Las Vegas finals for 400 grand, kid.
400 G's.
The Packers getting ready now to start their drive. First down coming up. Cedric Benson takes the
Make a play, make a play, make a play, play.
The 46-yard line. Power running. A lot of teams in this league don't even do it anymore. This team, they can power it up in there and pick up those tough yards.
No, he's in the Baltimore offense.
So
Make a play there,
nice seam
Scanny.
throw. Nice seam.
He's
throw.
he's in the Baltimore offense, unless he has a custom playbook.
Sometimes they're expecting you run. You fake it. Easy.
Draw.
First and 10.
Counter.
Hand off.
Holding. We'll take that all day.
Up the middle.
So running the ball. He's in the Baltimore offense. Now I know he's in Baltimore. You might ask why. Because he's in the weak eye 8 close flip. I really like Baltimore. It's a great playbook. Definitely does have a lot of good offensive plays from it.
All right. First and 20.
Jeffrey's saying no way this show is free. Jeffrey, this show has been free for 4 years, buddy.
Yeah, we're on show 76, and it's still free. It's been free. The only time we thought about charges when my mom said you can no longer do it in the basement after Twim 2 because Gibbs was screaming and the police came. But other than that, it's always been free. It always will be free. All the archives are free, and all the tips are free, and we answer your questions live. So that's what's cool about it. The only thing we do take in support is, we put out those guides, but still 20% off for those right now, and pretty good deal.
I like what he's doing offensively.
The mom's basement part would be funnier if I was kidding, but since it was serious, it was a rough time.
Someone tackle that man.
Maybe do like one more home show.
One more last home show.
All right, we're going random.org. We are going random.org here on the Xbox 360 console. And let's see who we have in the lobby.
4th and inches.
4th and inches here. Go full screen real quick on Gibbs if you can. He's going hurry up offense, super hurry up. Gibbs is looking like he's going to run commit. And I like that because you got to go for it, I think. Okay, now he's resetting. A lot of chess going on right now. A lot of chess.
A lot of chess.
He can wait till the quarter if he wants. If he doesn't like the plays in, he can wait till the quarter. There's no sneak from this, obviously. There's, he's got Sane at fullback dive. He runs it. He
What a big play by me! Oh, I'm going ham in here. Oh, did I read that?
SGibs reads it.
Did I read that?
Almost goes 100 yards for a touchdown.
I almost went so ham.
Almost
and
went.
I just said ham. The only time I ever say ham is I'm making a ham and cheese sandwich.
Almost went all the way. All right. Let me count them up.
Wowzers.
Let's get random. Okay, so Gibbs gets out of the danger zone. Tech guy, could I please have...
Bismack Bombers, because I can't believe the cops are called on SGibs for playing Madden.
Yeah.
I just did that.
That's actually happened when we played Tecmo and played Madden. We've had campus security show up, and we were not even drinking. We weren't doing anything wrong. We were just playing Madden. We got excited about a touchdown.
Yeah, it was like 2 a.m. We were just playing Madden and got so excited about it.
And thankfully, the officer was a Madden fan. He understood. We kept it down, and the world kept on spinning. Here we go. Max number, the tech guy.
Keeps on spinning.
I need 20 maximum.
Uh-oh, Ogletree. He's busting loose on that route.
What's the number? 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 players. 21. Yep, that makes complete sense. User pick gets the option to take on Farls. He's a 2-1 record. Might have quit out of the game he lost. Let's see what we got. We're going to invite him to the game. This means that he probably doesn't play a lot of ranked games. He might play a lot of unranked and still be good. This means I'll probably go back to the Packers rather than the Giants, just in case.
2nd and 4. He's playing a lot of coverage, which I don't blame him. Smart.
He's going to go Lions, which means definitely good. Now, who knows what he's going to go with. Go night game. I am going to have to set my...
Uh-oh, Ogletree going loose! That route is 99.
Defensive backs out on the field for this one. Good job here by the quarterback.
All right, here Gibbs working.
So I know he likes a lot of man-to-man coverage.
Gibbs got Bryant's coming across the middle of the field. Square did a good job dropping a purple zone to Clay Matthews on the right side.
Within.
So Gibbs got his read, got his look, but Gibbs made a good job not throwing it when he saw the purple zone underneath. Pretty good chess match going on here on PlayStation.
Quarterback sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of. Look at the hand signals he's given to the receiver outside.
I like his defense so far. I see what he's doing.
He's dropping guys back.
Patience.
Gibbs being super patient. All right, so right now, guys, if you're a newer Madden player, what is SGibs thinking right now as he plays this game?
I need a field goal here.
He's thinking touchdown, but he's thinking he needs points. If SGibs is great, what he will do is score with 0 seconds left on the clock.
And now what am I thinking?
2-minute warning.
I'm going to come out and field goal. Big field goal.
SGibs is thinking 2-minute warning right now.
Come out with my favorite play in this situation.
Did I win the coin toss and
I get them. I get in.
Attention?
This is the psychology I try to get in my opponent's head right here. I come out in field goal, knowing I could get to the 2-minute warning. I'm not going to call a play. This is something that actually I picked up from Farls. He used to do this to me all the time, and I used to get so angry at him when he would do this to me. So this is now I implement it. Kind of like it. You just kind of get into their head. You get into their helium opania, and you try and get a campfire started in their head. You know what I mean?
All right. So what he's thinking is he has to score before the 2-minute warning, or when he gives the ball back to his opponent, hopefully he has no timeouts left. But hopefully he's just taking away as much time as possible. That's what Gibbs got to be thinking. Over here, I'm about to take my first play of the game, and I'm just thinking, let's see what he's going to do.
And I'll tell you right now, I'm one of the most patient players in the world. I will run halfback draw after halfback draw on you. I will. I mean, now he looks like he's setting up a blitz. I see that. And if I see this, I mean, if he's watching, I definitely see the halfback stretch is available. And I'm going to run halfback stretch and get out wide because, and I just tripped. That was physics right there. But if I see that, I'm definitely taking the stretch. It's all about taking what your opponent gives you. You saw that. He was going for a blitz there. He definitely was. And now he's calling timeout. This is the game you play. Don't. If worst case scenario is what I'm preparing here for. If he gets the ball back, I don't want him to have timeouts. I don't want there to be a lot of time left. It's 2nd and 3. There's a lot of things I can do here to try and run some clock and still score. That's the idea here. This is playing a cat and mouse game. Again, he's in his coverage defense here. I know that because he was running it before. Gonna run a halfback draw, get out wide, get up, down. 3rd and 2. First, now we have a lot of other things we can do in this situation. Run some clock here, give him 1 timeout.
bound to reach the 10th play of the series. The quarterback has his team's attention here.
So now, 3rd and 2. Do I test him here? This is I'm gonna reset here.
And he gives that. Yep, he's got plenty of time. Figure out what he wants to do.
Just as I thought. Now follow that block by Witten. I went back inside. Run the clock here. I don't want him to have the ball back. I just don't. Run. There you go. Run your timeout. And I'm going to keep running draws. I'm content with not letting you get the ball back and being able to score points.
And even if he does have it, so Gibbs knows he gets the ball at half. That's what he's thinking.
Yes.
And even if he didn't get the ball at half, what he's still thinking is, I need to, you know, score with as little as time left so my opponent can't score on me.
Right. It's all about patience with those draws. You see there, now look at what I can do. Now I can run the clock all the way down to the 20 seconds. Now every play in my playbook should be open up to me because I have the ability now to really kind of stranglehold my opponent in this situation.
Touchdown, Jordy Nelson. So notice how he dropped everybody back here on Xbox. He was dropping guys back, and I was super patient, got Nelson to bounce back off the sideline, threw a touchdown downfield. Now, this is the point in the game where I'm serious. I'm trying to determine whether or not this guy is mixing up his defense because he knows what he's doing and is trying to confuse me, or if he's just mixing it up because he doesn't know what he's doing. Sometimes, honestly, guys, that can be more dangerous than him not know, you know, just kind of switching it up, and I think, oh, well, he's going to cover 3 because he knows this, blah, 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 when he's just kind of hitting buttons. I got to determine that, and that's why I kind of took some time here and didn't maybe go for the curl flats right away.
I'm okay with this.
I kick short because Stephon Logan is short, and I'm afraid of short players in Madden NFL 13. So it looks like he's going to maybe set some audibles or his depth chart. I'm going to dig through here.
The quarterback motions the wide receiver.
DeMarco wanted it. Wanted DeMarco in the lobbies. I was looking for inside position there to Des Bryant at the end, but now you see the clock management aspect of what just happened there at the end of the half. I was in a situation with 3 minutes. Now he's got to hit the field goal. So now, look at now, no time on the clock. End of the half, my ball again.
So he got 3. He'd love to get 7.
Love to get 7,
but he gets the ball. So that's the key. I mean, you don't want to rely on that, but now he could potentially be up 2 scores, and that's huge. So good and bad.
Vickers.
I didn't see what happened, but
Felix the cat.
You like this guy? Did they like this guy Richardson, or do they like
who's that?
McMillan? People.
I like McMillan. He's got a little,
people love their McMillan.
He's got a little bit of speed.
He's got a little scoot. Got a little get up and go, if you know what I'm saying.
Little ZFarls speed action there.
Little C. Woodson, Jamal Williams, Sam Shields. I like House over Hayward.
Just because it's the start of the half doesn't mean I'm not going to be patient. This guy's playing a lot of coverage defense, and I'm just going to keep running these draws.
And eventually what'll happen is the clock will get slower, and this guy will have to force the action because he'll have to get the ball back if he's down, and that's when big plays will happen for your offense. You know, this guy could be setting his audibles.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I haven't set mine, and I can't.
So, I mean, he's still running. He's still playing in coverage. I mean, what do I say? Just be patient. Just take the draws. He's not willing to come out of it. So I'm gonna pound Doss Rock. Get off the edge here. He run commits right. That was a bold run commit right. I like that.
Notice my edge. Notice me set the edge right there. Clearly, he motioned the guy out. I got a look that I wanted, and was able to set the run without having to actually force my action on the run play. I'm just going to drop and be patient too. You know, if he wants to draw here, he can. I wonder if he's watching the stream. Who knows? He's going to motion this guy out, which...
4th and 2, Farls, or what do you think here? Go for it? Go up by 6. I think you got to go for it, right? What do you think?
And now he was patient right there, which was good play by him. 4th and 2, you take the 3, I'd say.
Yeah?
Yeah. Unless you think you got it, you know, but who doesn't think they got it? Got it.
Oh! You Jonesing me? Oh. Wow. I guess that's why you get a Murray.
So a snap throw there to the halfback.
Wow.
Wow, DeMarco Murray just had a touchdown and unfortunately dropped the ball. That's a disappointment.
Lines up here. Now 1st and 10. And the handoff to Cedric Benson.
Bum bum bana.
Quarterback sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of. Look at the hand signals he's giving to the receiver outside.
The quarterback throws to the right.
All right.
3rd and 13.
No need to huddle. Hurry up offense. It's 3rd and 13 here after the sack. They back up. Quarterbacks
Draw.
playing press coverage to the outside. Middle.
All right, we got the draw we expected.
3rd down and 13. Challenging the defenders to the right side. And he makes
Dumb. That was dumb on my part. I know what he's doing. He's just playing max protect.
Get the first down, keep those chains moving, give yourself 3 more opportunities.
They face 1st down. Cedric Benson takes the handoff. Gains 13.
Good job that time by the running back.
And he just dropped the TD. So we'll take that. Lured me into the run D.
Just a horrible throw by him. And
Incompletion again here to the right side.
Danny McCray.
Was made at the 35-yard line. The quarterback's hollering out instructions right on the line of scrimmage. These DBs will not back off. 3rd offense lines up here.
Big sack right there. I'm hoping it forced him out of field goal range. Apparently it didn't. Huge sack. Big play. Nice work. Good job, boys. I'm going to watch the halfback here. You know, you got to be thinking.
Oh, give me McCray. That was a pick.
Got to be thinking man here. He could let it go to the quarter if he wants. I'm thinking all these things in my head. Pick by me. Probably should have just dropped it. But yeah, that was a nice 4th down play. AJ Hawk getting back. Nice swoop. Yes, big play, guys. Big play right there. What did I say? We missed the press on Calvin. We got downfield. We recovered with Hawk, who was supposed to be getting halfback. We knocked him out. We made it a long 3rd down. That was good stuff right there.
Me not happy about that. And that's what you. I gotta say, I wasn't patient on that last drive. But the thing is, I thought I could get the 4th and 2, had it, and then Murray just dropped it. Tough.
Darks with some yards.
Felix.
Draw again.
Felix.
So guys, the exact conversation I just had about Gibbs is happening in my game right now.
What's happening?
Just, you know, what am I trying to do right now? What is my goal? You know, what should I be going with for an offense? You know, what are my time-wise in the end of the half?
Right.
And what I think I see here is I think I see cover 3, but he pressed after. So I think that means. Okay, he's audible. He's definitely watching the stream.
Romo!
I know that's a heavy price to put on a man.
Yeah?
You can't just go throwing that around. But I'm pretty sure he's watching the stream.
Who are you playing?
The guy who's talking trash in the chat earlier.
Who's that?
I have no idea. That's what I was told.
There's the quarterback barking out new signals. Harder yards.
Another first down by the offense.
So what I'd like to do is score before the half, especially since he gets ball. But it looks like I'm going to probably score before that happens.
DeMarco Polo. That's why I got deep balls. You got deep balls for days with DeMarco Polo. Can't cover him with a linebacker. Can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. No choice but to do it.
Now he's already started taking timeouts outside the 2-minute warning. You guys
Kyle
dig the ref
Orton.
hat?
The ref hat? Squibs, 99 squibs.
This kick will stay on the ground. Avoiding a big return to the quarterback. Marking out new signals.
DeMarco did make up for the drop, but still devastating.
The quarterback mixing things up at the line of scrimmage. It's first down as they head to the line. Quarterbacks like the back.
Nice play action. Wow! He's got fooled by the play fake. I like that. I like this kid.
So that's an inside route that I cover in the ebook that he doesn't need, which is nice. And I got two options here. I can let it go to the 2-minute warning, or what I'm going to do is figure out if I can get in a run that I like and think has a good chance to get in. But if not, I will just let it go to the 2-minute warning. I also have those fades on the outside, those killer fades. Snap. I'm going to snap it.
I like this kid.
Just want to see what he's doing. I just want to see if he's watching this stream. I'm trying to, who knows? Am I telling the truth? Am I faking? Is this another element to my game?
Yeah?
I don't even know. Gibbs, should I hit him with the special bonus play or should I wait?
Shouldn't show that, yeah.
Gotta keep it for the fans. Pre-order that stuff though. Good stuff.
Good job here by the quarterback. He doesn't like
Alright. Alright.
the play to the receivers by giving him hand signals.
Mr. Church.
Well, when you get down here this close, you got to press coverage to the outside. Strong to get into the end zone. That time, he falls a couple inches short.
To the line for the set defense at this point. Trying to keep.
I got no answer right now. I got no answer right now to the snap throw streaks. I gotta figure it out. Gotta figure it out quick.
Blitz from the quarter will kill that PA, says Trey. And I agree.
Following the extra point, the Packers lead.
You scored?
Yeah.
That's good.
Mason Crosby ready to kick.
Da. Come on, Vickers, get out there. Come on, King Felix.
He's brought down at the 25-yard line.
King Felix the cat.
This will be the 8th play of this drive. Press coverage all the way.
Good job here by the quarterback. He doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side.
Vickers Nation, baby.
The play to the receiver by giving him
So that is, I got to credit SGibs with that last touchdown. I watch his show, Madden TV, every day, and he taught me that route when he was using the Patriots, maybe? The little zig to the tight end, and I got him thinking run, and I just popped it over the head and was able to get a touchdown. And now I'm going to just squib at the end of the half, trying not to give up too much field position, hopefully get down there. And, you know, give up the 30, but you don't give up the big play to the kickoff guy.
Ready for another snap. Quarterback's calling something out.
All right, so he's obviously got to throw.
The quarterback motions the one.
And, you know, I'm not going to give up the draw. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on those. I got some special D, so he can't run them. And I'm going to unleash some blitzes on him, so hopefully he gets the ball out quick. Because if he doesn't, I'm coming for him. That's for sure.
So this is where I should have gotten that field goal earlier.
Screen. Big play by me right there. If you notice, I user bump Johnson, got the screen. Good play. He's throwing downfield. Good into 3 guys. That's good coverage. You shouldn't be getting out jumped there. Would have liked to get a pick. It's kind of late to click on because I was looking short. That's okay though. We'd love to play another day here. I'm definitely gonna gas him up on 3rd and long. That's what you guys know me for. Definitely gonna send a ton of pressure here and see. Okay, so we shut him down. It's 4th and 4. Is he gonna go for it? Yes. Love to see that. Silliest thing he can do right now is go for this, and I'm so happy that he's doing it. This is gonna be huge once I get this stop right here.
Toes down. Toes down.
Well, it's another first down for the offense, and I'll tell you who the happiest guys are here at this stadium right now. It's the
That was
good play by him being patient. That was just a mind game. Probably would have preferred the punt, but that's okay.
good job by the receiver getting that extra couple yards. Day to be at the down. They are marching. Let's see how the defense reacts.
This play set up by the long gainer. Looks around.
Pick. Oh, wow, Calvin Johnson. Man, had the interception, but it's tough once you're too deep to get back and get the interception, especially with Calvin Johnson coming in tight right there. So he's going wide. I fully expect a draw here, so I'm not going to let him get that. I'm not going to give that up. No chance. Pick! Oh my goodness, I sat right on the route. I sat on his little fade. Basically had the pick, couldn't secure it.
Oh, nice user play.
A couple, 3 picks there. That's all right. That's all right.
Everybody's in position. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football, and it leads to another incomplete pass. Ryan set to kick it.
And just trying to get downfield with some time left. Plenty of time. Got to be patient, but I should be able to work the ball downfield, get a field goal, and we'll see where it goes. Oh, Cobb, you were, ooh, baby. We were one guy. We were 1 block away. Okay, so I can't turn the ball over. He definitely gets the ball at half, but I can definitely go for some high reward plays right here. Gibbs down on the goal line. Guys, note the time left in this game for Gibbs as well.
Deep breaths, Tech guy. Tech guy's doing some deep breathing with me right now.
Tried a big reward play right there. Didn't lock it down.
The receiver made a nice little move, gets open, and a good throw by the quarterback.
The quarterback's hollering out instructions. This will be the 11th play of the drive. 2nd down and 5.
Hold that block. Hold that block! Ah! Ah! Now I gotta play defense.
There's the Cowboys for the point after. For the first down. Inside of the upright.
Tech, they want Tech guy on camera. Tech guy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when it comes on you?
The quarterback has his team's attention here. Back deep, ready to return. The corners retreating.
Thank you, Hitman.
So notice how I got to the sideline and then got out of bounds. That's a great play right there. That's huge. That's unbelievably big.
Looks like the best coverage here. After the long gain, let's see what they do here. Drop first down here.
And Jermichael Finley's going to the house. Huge! Huge before the half. All I wanted was 3. Came away with 7. Saved the timeout. Big stuff. Big play. Big play. Thank you. Gibbs scored 54 seconds. Ball only has 1 timeout. And, I mean, some plays that run the clock here or a sack or something is really going to make it tough. I'm going to squib here. I'm actually going to take my timeout so I can go back in and squib at the end of the half. That I'm not paying attention watching Gibbs' game. So he's over the middle of the field. He's got the one timeout. He only needs to get into the field goal range, so that's another factor.
You got to be in a situation where the defense is thinking run, and when they are, do you have the courage, or I should say the smarts, to fake the run, throw the football. Good call.
Oh! Wow! Stay in bounds. That's huge. That's huge.
So I got a bad squib. This could lead to 3 if I'm not careful. Very disappointing.
Ruh-roh.
Nice job that time, getting that extra yard and getting that first down. This offense methodically just marching down the field.
From the gun. 10. Stands in the option.
So the fact that he was out of bounds, huge. Needed the pick. 12 seconds left. Needed the pick. Needed it.
These defensive backs are ready for a battle. There's the quarterback barking out new signals. Play number 6 coming up on this drive. Play. Looking down the field. Perfectly thrown.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
No freaking way.
What happened?
Pass interference at the end of the half. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Shank it, miss it. I should have gone for that field goal.
Free 3 points.
Should have kicked the field goal.
Should have kicked the field goal earlier.
Note to self, everyone at home.
Take the points.
I got the ball with 1 second.
So that's a big time bummer at the end of the half. I had the play drawn up.
One chance, one chance, one opportunity. Do you have a play in your back pocket? Mom's spaghetti. Mom's.
You got ball?
Mom's spaghetti.
And you need a TD, right? All right. You want to go full screen, or we can go both?
The Dallas Cowboys come onto the field now for this next series. They immediately call for a timeout.
Take a timeout?
Yeah.
Oh, there's only 1 second left.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mom's spaghetti.
I don't know if you have a play for this. In fact, it might be risky.
To the outside.
You wouldn't be here if you didn't have a play for this.
Yeah, you wouldn't probably.
Lines up here. Takes the snap from the shotgun. Quarterback mixing things up at the line of scrimmage. No one inside has the grab.
Good job staying balanced there with Calvin for him.
This is where games are won and lost. Once an offense gets down the red zone, even though they're down more than 7, can you find a way to punch it in there for the touchdown and not settle for a field goal?
This guy is.
I'm so into SGibs' game right now that I'm not even watching my own game.
What would you say? You're enamored?
Yeah, it means in love.
No! Oh! I was looking for an opportunity there.
What were you looking for?
Just a guy downfield.
Were you?
I was looking for a guy to break free downfield.
Looked like you were dancing.
Here we are. They got more than a 7-point lead. And you hope until field goal try. Well, we'll find out.
So once again, here I'll just refuse to give in to the run.
Defensive backs are ready for a battle.
All right, Gibbs. Go out and score a touchdown, kid, and you win the game.
Snap back to the quarterback. Out of the
Pick.
gun.
Oh, he dropped it.
This kid is a baller.
Yeah, he's good.
Good player. Got his reads on it. I like it. I like that he used that PA play. It's nice. Very nice.
But a touchdown will win here for Gibbs. I don't think he brings that out, though.
Oh, you bring it out.
Gibbs brings it out, though.
How about no one's gonna block that guy?
You were. That was 1 second from coming a famous like internet quote or something.
What?
He's drawing. He's running a draw. He is running a draw. He is running a draw. He's running a draw. He's running a draw. He's running a draw. Draw. Now he's not going to. Now he is going to run a draw. Now he's not going to. Yes, he is. Oh. It was a power run, but close.
athletic ability on the defensive side, you're able to react to short passes. They come up, make the tackle for a little gain.
He's going for the 2 right now, which is interesting.
Look at the hand signals he's given to the receiver outside. Quarterback sees something advantage of. Look at the hand signals he's given to the receiver outside.
No! Really? Oh.
What happened?
Wow. Good game. I thought he was there.
Pick?
Huh?
You go for it on 4th down?
No, I thought he was there. I thought he was good game, man. I thought I had room to throw the total control passing. He was like breaking the sideline. I thought I had it down the field. I had the game.
That's a stinger. That's gonna hurt. Great opponent. Check out the stats.
Good job here by the quarterback. He doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the receiver.
Like, look at that separation there. I did throw it a little bit late. I'll say that. I threw it a little bit late, but
These are the Madden things that keep me up at night, my friends.
Oh my lord! Look at the separation. There's like 5 yards. That's a pass lead upfield. Go scoot. Tough.
Quarterback's calling something out. Here comes the wide receiver in motion.
Burnt his man.
Nice route for Starks. Get some yards.
I honestly probably shouldn't have thrown a pass lead upfield. I probably should have thrown it to the sideline. You can see where he goes upfield. He breaks upfield on the TCP right there.
That was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up.
Ah.
First down and 10.
Bad play by me. I need to run the draw there, not the HB power run. And it's not the audible, which I have the audible set, but that's silly.
Got a sour taste in my mouth after that one, after not going for the field goal.
You know what that means, fans?
No. I don't know if that's what that means.
That means touchdown, Jordy Nelson! Oh, stay up, Jordy. Jordy!
Yeah? Going ham?
There's a good chance if our neighbors are here, they're not happy. But they would be happy if they saw that Jordy TD. Yes! Yes! Good play. Good play call. Good audible. Use it at the perfect time. So happy right now. Let's go. Gotta lock up, though. This guy's good. This guy's definitely...
Now I need to get in the lab and lab against that. What he was doing. He was blocking 7.
Here's the kick, and this one's just a little squib kick.
Upset about that. I had
gotta
it.
kick deep there. That's.
You had the game, Gibbs. You had the game.
Silly by me.
Tough. Discount double check.
The Detroit Lions.
No doubt, veteran.
Start their drive.
Quarterback sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of. Look at the hand signals given to the receiver outside.
Pick. Get there, McMillan! Oh, wow. Calvin Johnson. Wow. Man.
So ZFarls now playing a little bit of D here. Gotta know he likes his chance with Calvin. Touchdown.
Getting torn up right there. I got a pass commit. You guys are right. You guys all right? I'll be all right. I'll be all right here.
Man. Gibbs, you had it.
Lions set to kick it.
You had it. Man. All right. I got to bounce back here. Commentate Farls game. 3-point game?
Yep.
What's it looking like? What's he doing?
Just kind of regular D, mixing it up. A little bit of amoeba. Definitely got his Calvin working.
Amoeba D? Got the Amoeba D. Looks like 46.
Think I got a blitz coming. Think I got this. I do, but I get the block.
You know, if that's it, like that's a guy like Sproles or elusive guy. That's the one knock I gotta say on James Starks.
Yeah.
I think they have the agility to get around there. Man, tech guy. Tech guy, you saw that. You saw how open he was. Guy was so open. ZFarls.
Wow.
You couldn't throw it, could you?
Couldn't throw it. I had, oh wow, would have had a touchdown. His guy stood in place, and I just didn't get the ball out.
I'm still trying to get it overturned. It was House that picked it off on the Packers. Great game, though. My opponent was a great opponent.
The quarterback mixing things up at the line of scrimmage. Quarterback taking the snap from the shotgun.
Out, Jordy.
Shorty, baby.
First down. The tackle is going to be made, but he's beyond the first down marker.
Jordy.
Here's the first snap after the big play. There's the quarterback barking out new signals.
So you're checking down. Looks like no press.
Definitely don't think that.
Show blitzer. That's his guy. He's on that guy right there, trying to probably use a blitz or like hold a guy. No, he showed blitz. That's how that guy's there. Then. He drops in the coverage. He's playing man. That's why you get an Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah, and you just be smart with it. Take it to the end of the quarter.
Right? The DeMarco Murray drop.
That was killer. 4th and 2, they still should have taken the points.
No, yeah. But still,
Yeah, I know.
He was open.
He was open, but he wasn't
open, and
you know,
he caught it, and then he dropped it.
That's a tough throw on 4th and 2. I mean, no offense.
No offense taken. None offense.
He was open.
Yeah.
I would, you throw that on 3rd and 2. Who doesn't? But on 4th and 2, it feels a little riskier, I would say.
Murray got pressed because he was in a cover 2 zone. So he got pressed and jammed, and then I waited for him to release down the sideline because I know at a certain depth that cover 2 is going to drop off that route. And then and he got behind him, caught it, and he did one of those catch drop things.
3rd down and 5. Throwing now to his left.
Jordy Nelson is
Going
an
ham?
absolute monster. You can have Calvin. I'll have Jordy.
He catches it and goes all the way down the field. And the quarterback looks at the coach and goes, hey, it was a heck of a
Jordy.
And following the extra point, the Packers lead by 10.
Chicka fake knee. Man, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
I feel you. You got to get a rematch.
Seriously, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. It's gonna be
Jordy's a great overall receiver.
a lot of things that Jordy does.
The Lions are getting set for their next possession. Playing press coverage to the outside. Good job here by the quarterback.
What's up, pinch hitting? Yeah, you squib all. I like the squib. Why is it cheese? There's no.
Why is it cheese?
Seriously, what you're saying? You're typing in caps and you're saying it's cheese, but back it up. You back it up and give it a good explanation why it's cheese, and that's cool. I'm cool with that. But seriously, why is it cheese? Pick.
Go, Jayhawk!
I almost called that mid rant on pinch hitting. Literally, what's cheese about it? Why is it cheese? Why is it unrealistic?
It's not like I've recovered one.
Yeah. You just don't want them to return the ball, because returning the ball is pretty easy this year. If you get a certain kick, pretty easy.
Quarterback has his team's attention here. Quarters formation here for the defense. They'll go shotgun here.
I don't think so.
Big
I don't think so. I think you could. I probably recovered, probably done about 200 squibs, and I think I probably recovered 8. Maybe that's too high a percentage, yeah. But I'm also think of the risk reward. I'm giving the ball to my opponent at the 40-yard line every time.
Get in there, Clay. Clay's coming for you.
So,
oh my goodness.
So the exact reason.
Oh, it just hit you in the thigh pads.
Yeah.
That's why they wear thigh pads? Is that why they wear thigh pads?
Yeah.
I thought it was to protect them from helmets, but apparently it's overthrown footballs hitting them in the thigh pads. Here's your ball game, folks. Here is your ball game.
No, all I'm saying is don't jump to things and like here. I would say it was cheese if you could do it and you could recover it literally 95% clip.
I'd say 25. I'd say 25.
If you could recover it, yeah, 25%. If you kicked it off 4 times and you were able to consistently do it over the course of history and time of playing Madden NFL 13, and you know for a fact that you're going to recover it 25% of the time, then I would say, okay, that's probably a little bit unrealistic or cheese. But when I do it 200 times and if I recover a couple times and I'm giving my opponent the ball at the 40-yard line, sometimes 50, you saw the field position I gave my opponent tonight. It's risk reward. It's not like it's all just benefit for me.
I let the halfback go. I did not let him break a tackle or 2 tackles. Got to do better right there. Can't let him go. I was worried about Calvin. Good play by him, letting the halfback go. Probably could have got pressure, got it in, but it didn't. And we're here.
People say that running no huddle offense is cheese, and now honestly, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in the NFL? Oh my lord!
Calvin.
Did you just have 3 guys deep?
Yeah. That was cover 3 deep.
But what I'm saying is, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, everyone's saying in Madden that you need to slow down no huddle offense. It's ridiculous what people are doing with this no huddle on offense. And now what's happening in the NFL? What is happening? What are the Patriots doing? What are the Ravens trying to do? Joe Flacco, what's he trying to do?
You got to watch the Giants. Giants kick squibs all the time. Giants kick short because they know they can't kick deep. Definitely.
Literally, Tom Brady and the Patriots ran 95 plays last week, no huddle. And they ran the same off-tackle run off the left tackle, off Nate Solderboy, like 20 times.
Randall Cobb ready to run with this return. They pounce on him there.
I'm with you. I mean, there's some things that are out there that are gonna be over effective, and you can say they're cheese or certain things like that. But I think as a community in itself, it's less about calling things cheese and seeing what the actual result is, what the real outcome of what the situation is. And the squib isn't something that you're getting every single time. It's not something you're even getting half the time or whatever percent of the time.
Yeah, you gotta be ready for it. Work on defending it, and you should never give one up. I'm only doing it against Banks.
I feel you pinching. I feel you.
It's a bummer. That. Yeah, if you've ever given one up. I personally haven't. But, yeah. It could certainly be frustrating.
We're late in the game, and the offense is in no hurry. He's going to be swallowed up behind the line. 1 yard loss on the run.
What is up, Finn Trojan? How would you defend it? One of the things I'd like to do on those squibs is I play a guessing game. If I know that they like to kick off to the left side or the right side. Nice blitz there. I'll take my the guy, kick returner guy, the guy that's kick returning, recovering, and I'll run him over to that side. Like, so if he's kicking off to the right side, I'll take a guy from the left side and I'll run him over to the right. And I get him close enough, click off, and have him jump on the ball.
Jermichael.
Jay Finns.
Jay Finn.
Falls here is just trying to run the clock out.
2 minutes to go in the second half.
YMC, if you take the guy that's in front of the kick returner, that's the guy I'm talking about. You take him and you run him up to the right, and you're not. It's pretty easy to get him there. It's very easy to get him there.
First down following the long play.
Have we ever lost the same twin? I don't know. That's a good question.
Definitely.
I don't think so. Have we?
Totally. Dude, we've been doing 76 episodes.
I guess we have. Yeah, 76 episodes. Seriously, I want to know what my actual twin record is. It's pretty good. What do you think your twin record is? I'm gonna say in all my twims, in all my twimmies, I've lost 15 games. Is that too many? Too few? Too few. Maybe 20 games I've lost. 20, and I've won 50-ish.
That's maybe.
I'd love to know. I just don't have the time to go back and count them all. And I don't even know if you'd be able to see the first ever twin because it was so dark in your mom's basement.
True that.
What's this guy name you're playing?
Not sure.
The wide receiver shifting around in motion, looking to scramble.
No huddle designed to get matchup problems at the line of scrimmage. I also don't like before the defense is over the line of scrimmage. Not to say hi. No huddle is designed to tire out defenses and to keep them on their toes so they can't get their play calls in. I mean, that's how it is. I mean, the Patriots, their offense, they run off the option read routes. So Welker is supposed to run this route, and depending on what the defense he sees, that's almost like hot routes. We don't have that in the game right now. There's some option route plays, but a lot of what the Patriots do is pretty I would say high tech, if you will. Uh-oh, this guy's saying stop playing not to lose before you lose, ZFarls.
True.
Timeout, charge to the offense.
Just dropped my mic.
ZFarls. I got my eyes on another 4-3 book. Not the 4-3 playbook, but I got my eyes on another one. Let's see what Farls does here. 3rd and 13. He's got no timeouts. What the smart thing, honestly, here would be to
get a first down.
No, run the clock.
Definitely to run the clock, but first down ends the game.
But think about the time. Seriously.
True.
Subtract 40 seconds from that. He'll have 30 seconds, and you're going to punt it. You're going to get 5 yards here.
Are we playing to win or are we playing not to lose?
That's playing to win. Can you stop him? He has to get 60, 70 yards of field. You have 99 punts, right?
Dude, we're playing to win.
That's the smart play. You know it's a smart play. Seriously, you know that's a smart play. With that amount of time left, that's the smart play. And that's also a smart play.
We're playing to win. We are playing to win
and
this
that's
game.
why ZFarls won.
We're playing to win this game.
And that's why ZFarls won. And that's why SGibs lost tonight.
We play to win this game. We play to win this game. We're playing to win.
Now he looks like the genius.
No, I mean, yes and no. But he only needed field goal range, and he was moving the ball. I mean, I got to stop. I got to pick, but field goal range not that challenging at this point.
True.
Thankfully, I couldn't be stopped, and I'm not saying that. I'm just thankfully that's what worked for my O.
Just kick a field goal.
No? Just take the win with class, man. People can chatter. I just want to play my game, have fun, share this one with my twin guys that kept with me through the chat.
Yeah,
And
the guys.
want to win this game, man. Just want to win the game. Just wanted to win. I've lost. Probably almost lost this one. Who knows? But I just wanted to win this game.
And you did.
And I did.
Did it.
I came up huge on like 3 3rd and 20 somethings. Insane. And my guys held the ball, and it was a team effort.
How do you like your new phone?
It's not bad.
Kid's got this. Oh, tech guy? Wow, look at what that guy did. He put me over here at the desk. This is Farls' new phone. It's like a.
I played up
massive.
circ, or user pick. I don't know, but he said good game, bro, and I say good game back. Thanks for playing.
Great game. That was a good game.
And
what I watched.
That was a good game. It was a real good game. Huge was touchdown before the end of the half. Then his backup field goal. So quarterback-wise, Aaron Rodgers with the perfect rating. 15 for 17.
Pretty
158.3. 5 TDs. And I just used the New York offense. Guys, so if you're in the chat, right, this is your last chance. It's not your last chance, but they can hear me, right? This is not your last chance.
But it's your last chance.
But if you're going to buy the guide, if you're going to buy the New York offensive guide, now's a good time, because if you pre-order it, you get 20% off. It's already less than $10. I just ran this offense. This is the same one I ran against Finch, which I had a similar type of game. Also had a perfect passer rating. And I did not run the base play. Remember the base play Gibbs talked about, the slot trail? Didn't call it once. Just called my version of it, which I break down for you, without even touching the slot trail. I ran it once at the end of the half. That's it. But perfect rating, another perfect rating, and it was good. Jordy Nelson. So that's it for this episode of Twim. It was a great show. A lot of tips. We packed a lot of tips into the early part. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it, pull it out for you guys. A couple good games of the week. Definitely 2 battles, and that's what we want to give you. We want to give you good games. Shout out to the opponents playing tough, and that's why we got the Virgin Qualifier Series, so you can hop in, play a game, show off your skills, and get showcased. So
absolutely.
Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place.